You're listening to the Boxing Coalition.
And he just broke the guy's heart. The guy had nothing left, and he knew he couldn't last another 4 or 5 rounds.
Ricky Wars just lost his soul.
What it is, let's get it.
Fuck that, get your chest, nigga. You hear me?
Let's get it.
Go kick his motherfucker.
Get that motherfucker in there.
Let's see you do this. Little step back, bang, bang, bang. Little step back, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang. Try and stop it. Bang, bang. Here I come. Bang. You want to throw sometime? Bang.
Body stop. Boom, 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 boom. Go to the body. Kill that body. You took his nuts, now you gotta take his heart.
Yeah, take his whole soul away.
Yeah, get out of here, Gail. I'll see you later. Find someone credible. Get out of here.
He was higher than a motherfucker. I'll tell you, he was stoned as fuck.
No, it's only a majority decision if there was an even score. There's no even score here. You're an official, right? You're an official of the state. Well, then you don't understand how to score.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. The crowd here on Fuego.
He's ready to be whooped, man. He's ready to be whooped. He's ready to be whooped.
And Alan Foster has stopped it. Wow. That is going to be controversial.
But you really liked to stand toe-to-toe with him in the 12th round, even if you thought you won the fight. It was on. Did you like that? I love you.
Hello, and welcome to the Boxing Coalition, a place to discuss anything boxing. We have a rotating panel of hosts that consist of Chemo, Mao Alpha, Cam, Daniel Lim, and MV Chu. If you want to have your say, call in on Skype. Just add Box Coalition and get involved in the show.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Boxing Coalition. My name's Cam. Joining me tonight are Roos, Dave the Sinister, and Ari Gold. How's it going, fellas?
Oh, good, Roos.
What up?
Always can me.
Yo, I was quite disappointed on Saturday, my boy B-Hop. I did eventually on Saturday go for B-Hop. I regret it now because if you look at my 4 predictions from Saturday, I've got them all wrong, so that's minus 8 points in the league. I would have done better if I didn't pick anyone, so yeah. A bad night for me in the predictions league, but getting back to B-Hop. Dave, you've been missing for a while. First of all, give us your pre-fight prediction and then give us your thoughts on how the fight played out.
Well, to be honest, I actually called this. I said that it was going to go the distance, and I didn't think that he was going to get dominated, but I did think that Koval was going to one-up him in many regards. A lot of people were disappointed with the fight, but I feel that has more to do with them riding with B-Hop and wanting him to do better than it did with actually the fight itself. Because, I mean, the entire time, even though I knew what was happening, I was watching it, and I called pretty much what was going to happen, I still had that little sense of, maybe B-Hop could land something and turn things around. I was paying attention to Kova's actual footwork, and some of these people are right. He does have a little bit of issues with balance and foot placement. He's not really planning them. So, I mean, B-Hop could have landed something, knocked him off, and maybe scooped up a little flash knockdown or something, But, I mean, other than that, I enjoyed it. I think everybody enjoys being right?
They do indeed, Dave. They do indeed. Ari, you went for Kova. You got a nice selection of points. I think, did you just get 10 points?
Yeah, because I went with stoppage.
Okay. What do you think of the fight?
Yeah, it kind of went how I thought, but just credit to Hopkins that he's 49 and he's taking these punches that these other guys who fought Kovalev couldn't take. These guys couldn't even get out of the 4th round with him, you know what I mean? So it just shows he's just a legend, and he's just, you know what I mean? If he doesn't fight again, he's solidified himself anyway. You always have the respect of us anyway, all the hardcores. I'm sure everyone that knows about boxing for years, decades, everyone always know. And think back to this guy's 49, he was a champ. Okay, he lost, but he lost to a very good light heavyweight.
Definitely.
So, yeah, but on the fight, yeah, I just knew his work rate wouldn't be enough, man, because he's just struggling. in his last few fights, even though I said on the show last week, I said, who's he really beat since Dawson? And in my opinion, he never really looked great in any of them fights other than maybe the Shumenov fight, but his work rate's just too low. And I knew his work rate would be too low to keep Kovalev off him. And if he did try to, out jab him or go with his work rate, I knew he wouldn't last. So it's just, it hurt, man. It was the 12th round hurt, man, because obviously if it wasn't Hopkins, who's got the reputation of durability, he just maybe the ref would have stopped it, because he was starting to take a beating in that round, man. But it's just, again, credit to him. He didn't even take a knee or nothing, didn't go down. Just shows how it's just crazy genes. I don't know what it is, man. It was just amazing.
Yeah, when he was taking those punches, I was thinking, oh shit, man, he took a lot of clean punches from this beast of a man. And inside, I kind of wanted the ref to jump in just so he doesn't get brain damage or nothing. But I'm glad he didn't, because he's still not been stopped, and I'm kind of glad he's kept his record like that. But I think I got my boy Daniel Lim on the line. Dan, are you there? Dan? You might just be listening in, but you just said 1 second. While Dan's getting his shit together, my thoughts on the fight: disappointing. Like Ari said, work rate was very low. I did think he would be slightly more active in the mid rounds. Maybe try wear Kova down and try and jump on him a bit. But I think after the first round, and when he got dropped and he felt the power, he just thought, fuck that. There's no point trying to get this guy. I'm just gonna cruise to a unanimous decision loss. With Kova, I was impressed with his jab. I've been critical of him in previous shows, saying that you always see him leaping in with punches and his feet are never planted, but I was impressed with his jab, like I said. His patience as well, because a lot of people's pre-fight predictions was that he would just jump on B-Hop and just throw arms, throw at the head, throw at the body, just throw it everywhere. And he didn't do that. He had more of a patient game, and I don't know if that was for stamina reasons, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the later rounds, especially the 12th, but that was because in the 12th, B-Hop tried to kind of antagonize him, like sticking his tongue out, and after that, Kova went after him and started throwing a lot of punches. And obviously, Ari was talking about it, where B-Hop got caught a lot. But at the end of those flurries, Kova was visibly tired, he was blowing pretty hard. So it's one part of his game maybe he needs to work on, but it's the first time he's ever gone 12, so you can give him a pass for that. But Dan, are you
true.
Dan, are you available now?
Yeah, I am. I just want to give B-Hop the utmost props. I mean, like you said, like you guys reiterated, I think it's incredible that the guy didn't get knocked out. And, I know last week I was joking about Kovalev potentially, killing him in the ring. And obviously that's just all in fun and games. But, at the end of the day, I honestly, I can't believe that a guy who's not even in his early 40s or his mid 40s, but, on the precipice of turning 50, was able to withstand all those punches. It's incredible. And, honestly, before the fight, I was expecting B-Hop to pull some shit like he did against Dawson, and him flying out of the ring, and stuff like that, and even clinching for that matter. But he didn't display any of those things. So I just want to give the utmost props to B-Hop.
Definitely, I was surprised that he didn't use any headbutts or low blows, anything. It was a very clean fight from B-Hop.
Yeah, but I also think part of that was Kovalev. Like in the first round when B-Hop, I don't know if he tried to clinch, but I think he understood quite quickly that if he tried to fight on the inside with Kovalev, that Kovalev was more skilled than he probably initially thought, because he could have just taken a step back and just hit him with something really, really big over the top. And but at the end of the day, honestly, I know Mao always makes fun of me because I don't really give fighters that much props. And I don't know, before the fight, if Kovalev would have lost this fight, I would have probably labeled him a bum, just because I can't fathom up-and-coming guy losing to a man who's almost a senior citizen. To me, I expected Kovalev to win in dominant fashion, so I just want to see him fight, a guy like Adonis Stevenson next. But I think this fight is, for me, honestly, I just give more props to B-Hop than anything. So that was my 2 cents for it.
Cool, Dan. And Dan, I don't know how long you're going to be on the line, so I'll get some more questions off you. Who would you like to see Kova face next?
For me, it's Stevenson. It has to be Stevenson. I still think that's a 50-50 fight. As much as I love Kovalev, I don't know if you were a little bit more tempered in your kind of assessment of the fight because you were picking B-Hop. But for me, like, Kovalev still has that tendency to really kind of skip and jump a lot. And he is off balance a lot of times. And he did get caught by B-Hop, who, again, is almost 50 years old. And I'm not going to say he got stunned, but, you could tell, like, Kovalev is a guy, if you hit him with something clean, it does kind of stop him in his tracks, so to speak. And I would really like him to fight more like Triple G, who's just, constantly just balanced. His feet are, like, planted on the canvas, but he's not flat-footed either. I just want to see Kovalev be more of an offensive fighter and, have better, like offensive skills like Triple G, but I know that's a lot to ask for. But I'd still like him to see that against Donna Stevenson. So,
Dave, do you reflect the same thoughts? Do you want to see the Stevenson fight next?
Well, I mean, that's what I want. I want to see Stevenson next, but he's clearly ducking Kova. So I think what he should do is go after Fonfara, blow him out of there in 2-3 rounds like he probably would, and show the world that he beat Fonfara better.
Fonfara
that's
fight.
Just me.
Yeah, the Fonfara fight is a good fight, to be honest. He didn't look that good last week in Chicago or the week before, whenever it was, but it would be a good fight to kind of compare the two together. I think, to be honest, Kovalev would just destroy Fonfara, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd rather see Pascal, man. Forget Fonfara.
Oh, I forgot Betterbeef is in the division too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let him get some more fights, obviously, though. Maybe 3 to 4 fights from now. That would be a good potential fight.
I think we'll definitely see that fight because I think Betterbeef's got the same manager as Stevenson. I guess if Stevenson would have won that fight, and Kovalev's got 3 belts now, so he's going to have a lot of mandatories. So yeah, definitely, I think Betterbeef. Hopefully next year, but I don't think it'll be that quick. But yeah, definitely, hopefully down the line.
Yeah. What's Betterbeef, by the way? What is he? Is he Russian? What is he?
I think he might be Ukrainian.
Ukrainian? Okay. All right. I thought maybe there was potentially like a nationalistic thing where if he was Russian, they wouldn't fight one another just for.
Actually, he's Russian. He's Russian. Yeah. He's Russian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like a mutual pride. You guys know how.
No, fuck that, man.
Boxing. I know.
Didn't I hear Betterbeef beat him up a couple of times in amateurs as well?
Yeah, he knocked him out, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
he beat him once on points and then knocked him out another time.
Well, there goes that excuse then.
I could see that fight happening in Russia because Dave made me aware on Saturday the reason why the fight was going out so late is maybe to get some of the Russian market because they'd be up on the Sunday morning. And I think in Kovalev's hometown, the time would have been 10 a.m. when that fight went live. So that could have been a reason because I can't really see any other reason why they went live so late. Because that was late for you guys in the US, so it's definitely late for us guys in the UK.
It was late, and it was also an off time. I mean, shows and programs don't typically start at 10:45.
Yeah. And with the US broadcast, did they just show the Ali fight and then the B-Hop fight? There was no other fights?
Yeah.
Yeah, because even that, two fights to show live it's not that much really. Like you expect 3 usually these days.
Wasn't there like an extended amount of time in between the Ali fight as well? Weren't they complaining about that?
Yeah, I heard there was like a 50-minute break in between that fight. Between
50?
Not between the Ali and the B-Hop one, but the one between Ali and the fight before. 50 minutes, yeah, 5-0.
So what, it was 50 minutes of bunts?
Yeah, 50 minutes of Steve Bunce blabbering on. Even though I like Steve Bunce, but even he can't kill 50 minutes. But Roos, are you ready yet? I think he's having something to eat. But while Roos is having something to eat, we'll go into the Saddam Ali fight. Dan, did you manage to catch this or?
I did. I was I mean, I guess whenever you pick against a guy, you always have to give him props, right? So I'm doing that, but just I don't know, man. I'm not too familiar with Ali, so I can't really say much. I've only seen him get dropped in that one fight, so that kind of obviously skewed my perception of him leading up to the fight. But I think he's a good fighter, maybe like a fringe contender. Do you guys think he'll survive against the big puncher in the future, who's a little bit more skilled than Abregu?
For me,
I question that.
Yeah, for me it's difficult because I went for Abregu knockout, and obviously Saddam Ali won by a knockout, and at times he looked impressive. Like the first 5 rounds were horrible though. Like, I think the crowd started to boo like in the first minute of the fight. That impatient crowd after having to wait 50 minutes. They thought, fuck this shit, you guys ain't doing shit, started booing. But for me, I was impressed with Ali's footwork, and then later in, like, I think the 6th round, he managed to drop Abregu for the first time. He hit him with a right hand as Abregu was coming in. It was a beautiful shot. Abregu got up a bit too early, I thought. Thought you maybe could just regain the senses a bit before he stood up. And then the rest of the round, he was kind of just running, trying to get away. And he knocked him out I think he knocked him again down in the 9th, and then jumped on him again, and the ref jumped in and stopped it, which I thought was a fair stoppage. Abregu was complaining a bit to the ref, but he was kind of gone by then. I know there was just 1 round left after that, but yeah, it was a good performance. But to answer your question in a long-winded way, Dan, Ali against any of the bigger names at 147, like the 147 is such a difficult division. Maybe if it was at 140, yes, but 147 is a packed division. Like if he faces a big name, I think he's going to have issues.
Yeah. I agree.
And I know this is a completely bullshit thing to say, but I know a lot of people were giving Ali a lot of props just by comparison, right, in terms of how Bradley fared against Abregu. But to me, like, hasn't Bradley always been the guy who's on that pound-for-pound level because he's always, shown flaws and he's been able to overcome them? So, like, in that sense, I don't really rate Ali that highly just because of comparison of how Bradley fared against him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, a lot of people give him props because, a pound-for-pound fighter like Bradley, struggled with him a lot more than Ali did. But, Bradley's always been a guy who showed vulnerabilities and weaknesses. So I don't think you can just say, just because Ali did better than Bradley, he's, at a certain level.
Definitely.
I mean, that, and take into account the fact that Bradley isn't really known for stopping guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's just too early to tell, and like Cam said, he's completely right. Ali should probably go down to 140 because he did step on the scales at 150 on fight night, right? So he really shouldn't have too much problem going down to junior welterweight.
Yeah, and that's a division that's going to kind of empty out soon. Like whenever Danny Garcia decides to step up, Peterson will probably step up at a similar time, possibly, and then there's definitely some good fights around. Like I think someone mentioned in the Boxing Voice chat last night, shout out to the Boxing Voice, that John Molina versus Saddam Ali would be a good fight, I think. But Dave, what was your thoughts on Ali overall?
I actually liked him. I thought he did a really good job. I actually picked him for distance. I didn't think he was going to get the stoppage, but I appreciate the slickness. I like the technique in boxing. I find it very aesthetically pleasing, to watch that. And he did a really good job. Now, he was a little excessive, he was wasting a lot of energy, especially early on that first round. But for the most part, I really can't complain at all. I thought he did a magnificent performance.
Ari, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, he impressed me. I picked Abregu, so yeah, I got that one wrong. But I thought Abregu would knock him out, to be honest, because I was going off the Ali fight from the one before, and he just didn't impress me at all. And I just didn't see any of the hype because he's been touted. But yeah, he looked good, man. I thought he was at 140, but if he's at 147, I still don't think he's got enough to get a belt, to be honest. I can see him fighting for a belt, but I think he'll fall at the last hurdle because he's good, but he's missing something. That's my opinion anyway. But yeah, it was definitely a good win. He got himself on the map. Good win on HBO. So hopefully, I'm hearing he might be fighting the winner of Bradley Chavez. I definitely want to see him versus Bradley. That will definitely rise him up. And if he wins that, then he will definitely get a title shot out. Not sure Pacquiao or one of them top rank champs. So I think Pacquiao's the only one on top rank at welterweight, right?
Yeah, but he's looking to go down and to back to 140 at this.
Is that the plan?
That's the plan, yeah. I think this catch weight with Algeria is a bit of a test to see him going down.
I wouldn't mind seeing him beat up on Vargas, so maybe he can win a belt actually, because I don't like Vargas. I think he's got a style to beat Vargas as well. So yeah, hopefully he does go down. Then yeah, I'll ride with him.
Ari, can you see him beating Bradley in a fight?
I don't think so. That'd be a tough fight.
Yeah.
No, it would be smart to go back down to 140, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you guys got any final thoughts on this? Because I know it's a bit quick to move on, but there's not many people talking, and Roos is still eating some food, I think. Guys in the chat, if you guys want to call up and you never called before, this is a perfect opportunity because there's not many people on the line. You just go to Skype and you got to add Box Coalition, BOXCOALITION.
I guess my question is, I haven't really seen any videos or listened to any podcasts after the Hopkins fight, so I don't know what the general reaction is in terms of people giving Kovalev his just due or not. So just based on what you guys have read or heard, is he getting props for beating B-Hop?
It's reluctant credit. Credit. Like, people are saying, yeah, he did a good job, but I saw this flaw and that flaw and that flaw. Come on. Half-assed comments, I mean, that's bullshit. The guy did a phenomenal job out there. Even if he did have some flaws, come on. He manhandled B-Hop. Who else has done that?
That's true. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, man, I hate to be the guy who's actually kind of detracting from Kovalev, but I just think Triple G's just that much better than Kovalev. I mean, is that a crazy thing to say? I just think Triple G is so much better than Kovalev.
No, I agree.
He is.
I mean, Triple G is everything that I want Kovalev to be.
But don't you also realize though that Kova isn't he 26 years old, whereas Triple G's in his 30s, right? 30 or 31. I think
Kova's 31 as well, to be honest.
Yeah, Sergey's 31 as well.
Oh, he is. Oh, I thought he was younger. My bad.
Yeah, and I know I can't just say that because Kovalev obviously has a different frame, and he's much more lanky than Triple G, respective to his weight class. But again, I mean, I don't want to be the technical guy here, but when he was fighting B-Hop, whenever you land something clean on Kovalev, it stops him in his tracks, and he has to reset.
Danny, still there? Any other guys on the line?
Yeah.
I thought the whole Skype just collapsed. I got a bit nervous, but we'll probably wait for Dan to get back on. You guys got any more thoughts? Do you think B-Hop will retire? Do you think he'll maybe carry on, try and get the Stevenson fight?
Nah, man, didn't you see on Twitter he put out a picture? He's already back in the gym.
I was really shocked with that picture, Dave. Would you not think he's gonna try and grab a bit of a rest just after getting his head punched in?
Hell no, man. It's B-Hop. There's no way B-Hop's gonna go out on a loss.
Does B-Hop have Does he have a wife and kids?
I'm not sure. I've never seen any interviews where he's mentioned his wife or his child or anything. So
B-Hop needs to chill, man. He's back in the gym already.
Yeah, he put a picture out on Instagram. Back in the gym.
Christ.
Who's he gonna fight though?
Exactly.
Do you think you just try and get the Stevenson fight done?
No, I think if you're Stevenson, what's the upside in taking that fight, right? I mean, you're going to get criticized for fighting Kovalev's leftovers. Isn't that going to be the headlines?
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
So, but what are you going to say, Ari? I don't know, Dave.
No,
Nothing.
Nothing really. Just see, I would want him to retire. To be honest, there's nothing more you could do. To be honest, what can you do?
if he wasn't 50, I mean, sure, I guess you could start on a rebuilding process and try to get him a title. But again, that would take 2 to 3 fights at minimum. And the guy is 50 years old, so you can't really start a rebuilding project for someone who's close to getting, his senior citizen benefits.
I've got mixed feelings with Stevenson. I'm a fan of his. Last year he had such an amazing year, 4 fights, great performances, and this year he's just been terrible, man. Like, I'll give him a pass for the Fonfaro fight, but this next opponent in December, like, he should be fighting someone a bit better. Like, the Fonfaro was this kind of gimme fight, but from him going from fighting 4 times in a year to fighting twice in a year, but those 2 opponents being shit, it's quite disappointing for me.
Hey, 2 words, Al Heyman.
Yep, Mr. Al.
That's a Heyman effect, man.
Definitely. I think Roos has finished his food. Roos, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
What's your thoughts, man? Actually, I need to eat some crow and you need to eat some crow, so we'll eat the same crow. What was your thoughts on the fight overall?
Man, B-Hop, man. It was like watching a close friend or a relative dying in a hospital bed, man. Like, it was horrible. Like one of you guys said, man, he had a plan until he got knocked out in the first round, and I don't think he recovered from that, and he just put his hands in his pocket, and that was it. And I don't think, like you guys also said, that he was gonna go out on a knockout, so he had to brave it out, to come out with some dignity. Like, yeah, I'm a 50-year-old guy. I took the killer to 12 rounds, just to restore some dignity about him. And the last round, he tried to beat Brave, and it wasn't working. It was terrible. I was hurt seeing him beat up like that. I missed the fight, and then download the fight from Simbros. Then I was watching it. I started reading about it, and I was like, okay, I know B-Hop lost. Do I really want to watch this? This is going to be painful. And I sat there the whole fight, round after round, just watching him just getting worse and worse, man. It was hard to watch. And I don't know what's next for him. I definitely don't think we've seen the last of him. Maybe you have, I reckon, 2 more fights, and then he'll call it quits.
What's the purpose? What's the point of having 2 more fights?
It's just the way he is. He's a stubborn guy, and I don't think he wants to go out like that. He wants to, to dignify himself. Go out a little bit on a high, and I think that's the whole sole purpose. Because at the end, as though he was cringing, like he's trying to divert the questions when he's being interviewed in the ring, trying to bring, what me and HBO are doing. Like, dude, talk about what went wrong about you. And he's definitely bigging up HBO, and I know HBO will give him some gimme fights just to dignify himself, dignify his whole legacy.
Roos, this is a bit off topic, but I listened back to the Chemo special today, which we did on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And you made a point where you had a conversation with a friend of yours about this fight. And she was saying, well, the boxing is a bit of a bum sport if a 50-year-old man can beat like a 31-year-old beast in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were live, I didn't really think about it, but I thought about when I listened to it back that, is that, if B-Hop was to have won, would that not be a good thing for boxing? Because people always think as boxing as like the brutal sport where it's just savage and it's all about the youngsters and it's about the power and stuff. Like if B-Hop would have won, would that not shown that there's another side to boxing where you have to use your mind, you have to use your tactics? There's all that side to it as well.
No, I don't think it would, because this is a casual fan, Never seen none of these fighters, right? All the other 3 guys B-Hop is beat. She's never seen it. She's never seen Kovalev, never seen B-Hop, right? I just explained the situation for her.
Okay.
Right? She's coming from sports science background, right? And that was her first thoughts. And I was like, wow, you've got a point, even though you've never been in the sport. And then I'm looking at ourselves like, we as hardcores, we sit here, we criticize these people, we do this and that. Why did any one of us not see that point?
What do you mean not see that point? That was pretty much the reasoning of why I picked Kovalev.
No, the point of, what about the previous guys? Why could we not see that point? The previous guys, the previous fighters before Kovalev were beat.
They were fucking bums.
No, that's exactly the point though. These girls saying, yeah, a 50-year-old can still, even though it's that age, it can still beat bums at their prime. Like,
yeah. What do you mean bums in their prime? That's a pair.
Hello?
If you're a bum, it doesn't matter if you're in your athletic prime. You're still a bum at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you look at what's his name? He was a bum with a belt. What's his name? Shumanov?
Well, that's the political aspect of boxing. That's an issue entirely in and of itself, though.
Yeah, but she didn't know that. But she had a point in a sense. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's such a generalized, like, simplified way to look at it. You know what I mean? But she does have a point, though. Like, I absolutely agree. If B-Hop won, I mean, to the hardcores, it may have been a positive thing, but to the casual fans, like, it's just a black mark.
Yeah.
I think on the sport, it's like a fucking 50-year-old guy can beat a guy who was touted to be not a great fighter, but a rising star. Like, that's not it doesn't matter. Like, there's a certain limit to that whole, brain. Like, at a certain point, boxing is still an extremely physical sport,
I mean, look at yourself. Like, let's say someone like you, Dan. Yeah, let's say you consider yourself semi-pro in boxing. If you go on a fight with a top strawweight guy, I'm sure you will beat him, right?
Yes.
Right. So compare that to this. Even though they are both the same age, right? One is skillful and the other one is bummy. But the one that's supposed to be the old guy, they couldn't.
Yeah, but you just said if they were both the same age, and then you said if they're a different age. Like, it would be a more comparable example if I was fighting, I guess a strawweight, but I was like near 45 or 50, right? So that's where I think it makes itself, your argument of brain over physical ability. Like, it's just, I just think there reaches a certain point where it doesn't matter how smart or technical you are in the ring. You're still getting punched, and the thing about Kovalev is, like, his punches, every single one of his punches hurt. I don't know if you guys ever gotten hit by a hard puncher just on your fucking elbows or shoulders. Like, that shit hurts, and it causes you to have lapses in defense and whatnot. So I don't know.
And Bruce, did you catch the Saddam Ali fight?
Yeah, I catch the Saddam Ali, man. I think Saddam Ali's been hanging around Bin Omar so much. He's been hanging around the black people. He's been getting all the slickness, man. Yeah, he looked good. Like, from the last fight he had, he looked terrible. And then this fight around, I was like, you know what? I'll pick him. I didn't know why. The reason why I picked him, because, like, my neighbor used to have a dog called Saddam. And he was some fierce dog. I was like, you know what? Let me take a chance with Saddam Ali, man. And I was impressed, man. Man. So shouts out to Bin Omar, man. Whatever is telling him, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. I know a dog, and he's a fucking pussy. But I still picked him. But you think how does Saddam do against either Amir Khan or Kell Brook?
I don't think he's quite there. I think they could give him someone like I want to see him with someone like Soto Carras or Brandon Rios. I think that would be entertaining.
I think a Rios fight would be awesome. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think that'd be a 50-50 fight.
Very, very.
Let's put him in with Let's put him with Bradley Skeet.
Yo, yeah, Bradley Skeet today, man. I told him about you, Ari, man. He goes, yo, you listen to the coalition? He goes, nah. I'm like, yo, there's a dude called Ari, man. He always goes down on you, man. It's like, oh, man, this comes down with the territory.
No, what are you talking about? I've been bigging up Skeet recently. I just said he's boring.
Okay. Well, I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him the intricate details. I just say, yeah, I go hard on you, man. You need to step your game up, man.
No, man. I just use his videos sometimes to help me fall asleep. That's all it is.
Forget a sleeping pill. Just use Bradley Skeet.
Yo, but shouts out to Bradley Skeet anyway. So I told him to tune in if he's tuning in.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. I'm not gonna lie. I like his AFL TV interviews.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yo, I know this is a bit off topic, but Roos and Ari, who have you got to win that fight, Gavin or Skeet?
Yes. I want to go Skeet, but Gavin's... It's going to be a boring technical fight with a lot of defense and barely anyone landing, and it's going to be like an amateurish fight, and you're not going to beat Frankie Gavin in an amateur fight, you know what I mean? He's one of the best, if not the best, UK amateur we've had in a long time, so I have to go with Gavin on decision. But I will be back in Skeet.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't like Frankie Gavin as a person, but as a boxer, he's technically good. But I prefer Skeet to win, to be honest.
Yeah, I would go with Skeet myself. I think if he just uses long reach, I know Gavin will be slipping and dodging, but just keep using the jab and just look for the opening, dabbing up the jab. I think he should win it. I think the momentum is more with him as well. But Gavin might come in upset because of his last loss and, he wants to redeem himself. I don't think it'll be a boring fight. Skeet wants
it'll be a boring... You know it's going to be a boring fight. What are you talking about?
I don't think
Neither
so.
of them have ever been an entertaining fight.
No, but this will be the definitive, you know what? We're going to see a different size on both of them. Because he's hungry for the belt and he wants to redeem himself.
Yeah, Skeet's hungry, but that don't mean his style's going to change.
Well, the determination might be different.
Yeah.
You should be a promoter, Roos.
I should be, innit? I'm working on it, Dan. Don't worry, man.
Coalition Promotions.
Fight.
Dan, did you manage to catch Amir Mansour versus Fred Cassie?
No, I just saw the vicious knockout though.
Yeah, that's the only fight. That's the only fight I caught on the card.
What was Cam? Do you know anything about the opponent that Mansour fight, like in terms of his level?
To be honest, I don't think Amir Mansour knew anything about opponent because when they were questioning him and his corner people, they said that all they could find tape-wise was some sparring footage. There was no footage of any of his previous fights, so I think they were kind of winging it when it comes to when tacticals.
Cam, you remember there was like a Boxing Voice episode? It's been probably 4 or 5 months now, but they interviewed some dude who looked like a bodybuilder who worked at LA Fitness or something like that.
No, I don't remember.
Like that was a level of fighter that reminded me of the guy Mansour was fighting. Like just some like boxing instructor who teaches at Bally's Fitness or some gym that costs like $10 a month and then just switched to boxing. That's what the guy reminded me of. So it was fun though. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, I think he was doing okay. Like Amir Mansour's quite. His name suggests it, hardcore. Like he's always going forward. Yeah. For one thing, for me, he loads up on too many shots. I think he should be a bit more selective in the shots he loads up on because I think that's why he kind of gasses towards the ends of fights. But the shot that he caught him with, the right hook in the 7th round, like I was a bit worried for Cassie because the way he dropped face first, the medical staff and the rest of the people that were in the ring looking after him, even you could tell that Amir looked a bit concerned because even though he was like giving props to his corner people and like hugging a few people and giving dap to a few people, he kept looking back towards Cassie to see if he was getting up or not. And it shows the lighter side as well because even after the Cunningham fight, in the post-fight interview in the dressing room, like you could tell Amir Mansour, he seems like a decent guy. It's obviously hard for us to tell because we don't really get to know the fighters as much. Like, all you see is interviews here and there, but he just seems like a genuine guy. As for the hardcore division, I don't really see where he goes. He might have to start fighting.
Did you say hardcore division?
Sorry, did I say hardcore division? I meant heavyweight division.
Oh man, that's funny. He should fight Nauta next, right?
Nah, Nota would school him, I think.
Okay.
But maybe like Brian Jennings or something like that. I like to see that fight. But you guys, Ari, Bruce, did you see this knockout? What did you think? Dave,
yeah, I saw the. I started watching the undercards, the Mikalenko and Cruz, and I enjoyed that. From round one, I enjoyed it, and I was like, "Oh yes, this NBC card is actually looking okay." And then I started thinking when Heyman did the NBC card, when the way people are complaining, and I'm thinking, you know what? Actually, if NBC's cards could be like this, as entertaining as this, I don't see what the problem is. That just means more boxing for us. Because I was watching that, and then from there I was gonna switch to Box Nation and to catch the main fights. But I got entertained with the Mikalenko, and then the Fred Cassie came on after that. Round one, I fell asleep, man. Fell asleep, and I just woke up in the morning. I just saw the knockdown.
Quickly,
that's all I saw.
I didn't have time to catch the Ronald Cruz Mikalenko fight. What did you think of the fight? Like, how did it play out?
Mikalenko he stuck to his game plan. Like, his game plan was just to apply pressure. It wasn't necessarily like clever pressure, so to speak, but he was just determined to being relentless and just not giving him a time to to compose himself, for him to start firing back at him. And I think Cruz started getting frustrated, and he's getting hit a lot, and he tried to fight him back at his own Mikalenko's game plan, and he's the one who ended up gassing out. And Mikalenko just kept coming and hitting him and until they had to stop him. And it was sad though, because at the end, like, I think he switched trainers with a new trainer it was with Billy Briscoe. And he was pleading with Billy Briscoe, like, please, one more round, please. And Billy's just like, dude, no. You've been wasting round after round, man. So I felt a bit sorry for him at the end, Cruz. And I think they overmatched him a little bit. So yeah.
No, not a little bit. They overmatched him by a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think that was for him to win.
No, not at all.
No, but it was home. Like it was like a homecoming, so to speak.
Why are they doing that? Wasn't he coming off a loss as well? 2 losses actually. I'm on BoxRec. Oh yeah, he lost to Spence. Oh yeah, I saw that fight. Shit, I didn't see this fight that you're talking about. But this Mikalenko guy is 18-0. Like he was planning to get beat up. Cruz.
I might have to watch it just to see Billy Briscoe. I haven't seen him on my airwaves in about 8 months, so I need to see that corner work once more, man.
It looked like a madman, man.
I miss Billy Briscoe.
With his glasses, it's like he looks like that kid in school, like was the dirty kid in class. He just he would just come stinking up the class like he didn't have a bath for how many days. I'm like,
hey, that madness is called geniusness. He's a genius. It's just too intelligent for Gabe Rosado. That's why Gabe left him, man.
I don't know about genius, Dave. Dan, sorry. Dave, did you manage to see any of this NBC card?
Yeah, man, just the Mansour and Kasi fight. To be honest, man, I was quite impressed with Mansour. I didn't think he had that much stamina to keep up that kind of attack for as long as he did. And to be honest, man, Dan, let me ask you really quickly, like,
yes, sir.
Are you just exaggerating when you say he looks subpar, or
who, Mansour or the opponent?
Cassie, yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the full fight. I just saw the round where he got knocked out in. So, yeah, but I don't think he was that good though. Why do you think he was substantially better?
No, I felt he was a little bit better because of how long he lasted. But I'm not as good at noticing all the intricacies. You know what I mean? So
I didn't even see the fight, so I trust what you say.
But, I was really impressed with that knockout. I could understand people wanting to put it up there as knockout of the year, but I don't know. I was thinking about it, man. I still got to give that to Andy Lee.
Nah, Carl Froch.
Yeah.
Carl Froch.
Nah, man. Come on, why Carl Froch?
I think, for me, that's my personal reason, is that you have to take everything into account when you decide it, and like, for the magnitude of that fight, it was the big grudge match rematch, it was at Wembley Stadium, it was 80,000 people, and he kind of just shut George Groves up for good, even though he hasn't, because George is still calling him out for a third fight. To me, that's the knockout of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. And he also snatched his soul, right? So you got to give it to Froch. I don't know, man. I mean, I see Dave's point, but I agree with a little bit more with Cam, because I factor in everything, and maybe that's just based on subjectivity and what you prefer. But I don't know, man. It was the magnitude of that Lee fight just wasn't there for me, And I don't know.
I don't know. It was a low time fight, It wasn't that big, but as far as Lee being pretty much done, the entire time, and then somehow managing to come up with that punch, you got to give him some credit, man. There was no way anybody could say that Lee was going to win that fight.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I know what you mean. He got dropped and he was losing every round, and the thing is, it's the level of opposition as well. Like, the thing is, Andy Lee shouldn't be struggling with that dude anyway. Where
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Where Grove's shown in the first fight that he's like world level, and obviously Froch has been at world level for a while. So to me, that was a bigger fight. Like, Ari, Roos, what do you think is the knockout of the year so far? I know a bit off topic, but
I like the Froch one, but this one for me is too comical. The Fred Cassie one, it looked like when the Muslims get down, they want to pray. Like, just bow. And he just went down, like, he's just lying on the mat trying to pray, man. I'll go with this one, man.
Ari?
Just for the comical fact.
This one, the guy's asleep, man. You can actually hear him trying to breathe. I know I don't get too graphic, but when they're knocked out like that and they're breathing, you could actually hear it on the airwaves. So I have to go with this one. But for the spectacle and the build up, obviously the Froch KO's up there as well. But for actual, like, if you go purely by knockout of the year, it has to be this one. Or the Andy Lee one again. Andy Lee.
Make up your mind, man.
This one, man. This one. But
indecisive.
Damn, Andy Lee put that guy out like Pacquiao as well, man.
True.
Them three are top three, man. Mal.
All right, let's have a little break from the fights and go to Saturday's episode of Pacquiao Algieri 24/7. Dan, what did you think of HBO's production for this new 24/7?
I just like hearing you say HBO.
You love the way I say H.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. I know on the WhatsApp, a couple of you guys, claimed that it was boring, and I could see that. But for one episode, I thought it was pretty cool. And you guys know I'm a huge Pac-Tart, so anything that he does, it's hard for me to dislike. I just think it's cool, like, that he's partaking in a basketball league he obviously has no business partaking in. The whole diet challenge. I mean, those are all kind of trivial things, but they do kind of display the kind of person Pacquiao is, and all that stuff. Him preaching to family and whatnot. It's just fun and games, But at the end of the day, in terms of like 24/7 in comparison to like the Oscar De La Hoya, Mayweather type, it doesn't come anywhere near as close in terms of production value, but I thought the ending was cool too. I always liked their narration and the music choice, so I had no issues with it.
Yeah, like the 1-7 saying in the chat, I love Liv Schreiber's narration. I'm the same. Like the guy that does All Access, he's nowhere near like Liv Schreiber's level. He just
No.
He's just amazing the way he narrates it. But Dave, what did you think of 24/7?
I can see why people are saying it's boring. I like to see the behind the scenes. I like to see what's going on with the fighters, what they're doing in their regular life. Because, a little bit of that can kind of show you at least where they're at mentally, So I appreciated it, but I can see why people find it boring. Can we talk about the basement, though? Can we bring that up?
I spoke to Chemo. I spoke to Chemo before we went live as he was going to bed, and he says we definitely need to mention. He says MV2 needs to definitely mention the basement, but as he's not here yet, let's go into it. Why did Chris Algieri not clean that fucking mess up? You got the HBO cameras coming to your house. You know this shit's gonna be all over the world in a couple weeks. Like, clean up your fucking room.
Oh man, they're trying to make Chris Algieri a rebel, bro. Trying to make him a little badass.
Oh shit! Like, what's your thoughts on him like living at home? Like, to me, I don't mind that because from someone on the Boxing Voice yesterday was saying that in Italian families, it's quite a common thing where like you stay with your parents and you live together until you maybe get married. It's kind of similar in like the Pakistani kind of history as well. Like you leave when you're a bit older, so I kind of relate to that a bit. But
so, Palm, are you still living with your mum then?
No, my mum passed away. Thanks for bringing me
sorry.
bad memories, Reese.
Sorry, man. Sorry. It was a joke that went wrong. Man.
Yeah, you fucked it.
That was wow. Talk
cool.
about the worst joke of all time. That's up there, man.
It's because of you, Daniel Lim, man. Things will be going well until you come back.
I think even Schema's joke would disprove of that joke that you just made.
Getting back to 24/7, I found it interesting. I don't know if you guys did either. That Algieri's quite of a control freak when it comes to his food. Like when he was staying at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas, he was going down to the kitchens and making it all and preparing it all himself, which I kind of liked because it shows that he's very, very focused. I don't know what the word I want to use.
Serious?
Yeah, very serious about his intake of food.
Meticulous?
Yeah, meticulous. That's the word I was looking for.
Fastidious.
What's your thoughts, guys?
Cam, haven't you seen his Ellie Sekbek videos?
To be honest, I don't really I don't like Ellie Sekbek.
That's fair, but when he used to train over at the Garcia gym, he used to create like these like red beet, goat cheese, I'm talking about just pretty much anything organic, anything that's very green, obviously. Like this guy he has the master's in nutrition, doesn't he? In nutritional science or whatever, so.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but my bad, what were you going to say, Div?
That's exactly what I was going to say, that his degree is in nutrition.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's only fair. He only cooked he cooked the same dish in both segments, which I found was kind of strange. The avocado, eggs, and the toast, the multigrain toast. But whatever works for you, right?
Maybe that's all he can make. Maybe he has that for his dinner as well. But
Fair.
Dan, the Pacquiao pad work and some of the work he was doing with Freddie.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an obvious thing to say. It's just for me, like when they were doing in the ring work, you could see like Freddie was trying to tell him like cut the ring off to the right, so Algieri can't kind of go step out to the left. Like, do you think that's going to play a major factor into the fight?
I mean, yeah, that's why they're doing it, right? I mean, not to make it more basic than it is, but it's basically, can Pacquiao cut the ring off effectively against Algieri, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know if he can, but I really don't think that's going to matter as much, because I honestly think Pacquiao's just going to win based on like not just activity, but just his power punches versus Algieri's lack thereof. You know what I mean? Like if Algieri does that pity pat punch for 12 rounds, I mean, Pacquiao's still going to throw, effective punches every now and then, at least more so than Provodnikov. So I just think based off that, I pick Pacquiao in a close fight.
Yeah, but don't you feel like Pacquiao's jaw might be a little cracked these days?
Yeah, but it's Algeria.
Just a little.
How many knockouts does he have? 7?
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back and watch that fight, when he actually landed on Ruslan, man, Ruslan's head was popping back. I don't expect him to stop. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dave, my bad.
Oh, no, look, I'm not trying to say this guy's going to stop Pacquiao or even hurt him, but I think his jab is strong enough to keep him on the end of it, at least for a good little while.
But Dave, don't you think with Ruslan, it was like when his head was getting popped back, it was like he doesn't reset as quick as Pacquiao. You get popped back.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. So what I think, yes, he'll pop back Pacquiao, but I think Pacquiao, the way Pacquiao resets himself, when he's starting to apply pressure, and I think that will be the key. You get closer, and I think you just chop him down slowly until it breaks him down.
Right, you can't even compare Ruslan versus Pacquiao, just in terms of everything, skill, anything you want to say. And plus, I don't like Algieri's jab to begin with. Like he just like flicks it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't like that shit. And he always double jabs it too, which I don't know, man. I don't like Algieri's style at all. I mean, he's not a runner like Freddie Roach said, but I think he's so basic in terms of his output, and I just think Pacquiao's punches are going to be more effective, and he's probably going to throw less, but I just think his punches are going to be so much more effective that he gets a decision.
Ari, I forgot how bad Algieri's eye was at the end of the Provodnikov fight. Do you think that's going to be a big issue against Pacquiao? Do you think it's going to blow up again?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Provodnikov's, he's got different power. And it's crazy when you see in 24/7, like, as soon as the punch landed, it just sword up straight away. But I was going to ask you, like, is this the only 24? Is there another episode coming? Or is that it?
Nah, they cut it to one episode.
Really?
To give Manny more money.
For real?
For real.
Because they were saying there's some show next week where they've got Timothy Bradley and Virgil Hunter with Max Kellerman or something. I can't remember the name of the show, but I think that's...
Who wants to see that?
That's getting aired next week.
Yeah, and oh, my bad. And there's no face-off either with Max Kellerman.
Yeah, I don't need a face-off, to be honest. Pacquiao face-offs are never good, but... See, that's disappointing from HBO, because, in my opinion, they barely showed any Pacquiao. I don't know if I won't concentrate, but Pacquiao barely spoke in this 24/7. But anyway, at the same time, it's good to not be seeing Freddie Roach in a fucking horse cart with his assistant or whatever, like they're on a fucking date or something. So
hey, come on, man.
Maybe that's a plus.
That's a low blow, man. Come on.
Ain't a low blow. That's real talk.
That's disrespectful, man.
That's what we saw last time.
But Roach is 6-time trainer of the year, man. Come on. No, but honestly, we should have at least 2 episodes, but it's better than having 4 episodes.
Yeah,
Whenever Floyd and whoever the fuck he fights, when they have those drawn out, just excessive all-access episodes, there's nothing more cringeworthy than me watching or having to sit through that for 4 episodes. So I'd rather have it be 1 episode than 4.
Yeah, but 2's the perfect number in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
I think
honestly,
it should be 2.
These shows have to be really expensive, right?
They barely showed anything.
But what I'm saying is...
The show Pacquiao at his Fat Club.
They wasted all their minutes, bloody Lampley, talking about the previous fights and kept emphasizing, just like he did in the first fight, a Bradley fight, like he kept emphasizing it as if he's still pissed off about Bradley still getting that decision.
I just think it has to be really expensive to make these shows, and at some point it just wears itself out. You already know everything you need to know about Pacquiao, so that's
true.
the reason why he didn't speak much. But go ahead, Kim.
Very important boxing-related question. If Chris Algieri beats Manny Pacquiao, do you think he'll still drive the Honda Accord?
I'd say no. That's my professional opinion.
He's going to bust out a Bentley, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll move out of the basement as well. Or get a cleaner for the basement.
Yeah, I was going to say the latter.
Yeah, get a cleaner for the basement. Okay. Anyone got any final thoughts about 24/7? Roos, did you catch it?
Nah, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. On Algeria again, Is he still using the same coach he did for kickboxing? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
It's strange. His main trainer is staying behind in fucking Long Island while his main fighter is having the biggest fight of his life, which equals 10% of his paycheck. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I found that strange when he was training in Vegas. That he's a former kickboxer as well.
Are you talking about his trainer, the one who was talking, that guy?
No, it's his trainer's Tim Lane.
Oh, so that guy wasn't even his trainer then? The guy who was mainly talking as if he was
he's
his trainer?
co-trainer.
Oh, okay. So what's the reason the trainer's not going?
I don't know.
Who knows? You should ask Kev about that.
Yeah,
Let him dig. Do some investigative research for the coalition. But I don't know. It doesn't make much sense. I mean, you're losing out on 10% of the biggest paycheck your fighter's ever gotten. So
it must be a reason, must really.
Yeah,
like train a UFC guy or something like that.
Right. And then I was watching his new coach trying to replicate Pacquiao. I was watching it on YouTube, and some dudes were like, "Oh, he impersonates Pacquiao so well." The motherfucker wasn't even throwing punches, man.
Yeah, he wasn't doing anything.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots, man. I don't know.
All right, guys, let's get back to Germany and Saturday night. Felix Sturm versus
Sturm.
For any people thinking what that is, that was Nota impersonating. That was Ari impersonating a rant from Nota. Nota was talking about Felix Sturm. But yeah, Felix Sturm, Robert Stieglitz, Dave. I think you caught this, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you think?
Well, you know what? I mean, Stieglitz has always been the guy who, he puts up a good fight, but he always falls short, And, to be honest though, like, I was kind of surprised. I didn't expect him to do quite as well as he did against Sturm. I know Sturm isn't really the best guy out there, at least in my opinion, but I figured he would have had a lot more in him to at least win it clearly. And, I honestly felt he did, but I don't know, man. The guy pulled out a draw, so that's not half bad for Stieglitz.
Yo, Dave, are you in the jungle or are you getting chased by cops? Or are you at an airport, man? Because we're just hearing loads of different noises from your line.
Literally, yeah. I am outside. There's a ton of shit going on.
Yeah, it's been a whistle in the background the whole time.
I think all those crickets beat Ari's smoke alarm today, bro.
Ari, Roos, did you guys...
It's either that or barking dogs and screaming children.
So we haven't got much of a choice then, no?
None at all.
Alright, cool. Ari, did you catch the Sturm fight?
I caught it from I'd say the fourth round. Because I forgot it was on. And then I found a stream. I was looking for an English stream and then I realised there is no English stream. So I was watching it, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to follow because obviously they're speaking a different language. But it was good. It was good, man.
Good guys. I want to Stieglitz. Good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Before I get into it as well, I'll say one thing. It's a bit weird. I don't know if it's me. It's a bit weird that it's in Germany and it's on German TV. It's no American TV, but they have the Showtime guy over there announcing the decision in English.
Yeah, that was weird.
I didn't think all Germans spoke English, so it's a bit. I don't know. If I was them, I'd be a bit pissed off. But on the fight, I thought Sturm done enough. I thought Sturm, even though his work rate was most probably the reason he didn't get the decision and it was a draw. Stieglitz was throwing a lot, but Sturm was covered up, and Stieglitz, I don't understand, Stieglitz just one of them dumb brawlers, in my opinion, where he's just throwing, he's not landing, and I don't think he threw a single uppercut, and it may be, if he's got his two arms like that up, just blocking everything you're doing, why don't you throw an uppercut in maybe, and you might, I thought the uppercut would have landed for him, but he was just throwing hooks and straights and just hitting arms the whole time. And then Sturm was fighting mainly in the last minute of the round, stealing the rounds, and landing the better shots. It was a good fight. It was definitely an entertaining fight. Like, it's just a typical German fight where they just no footwork, just standing in front of each other, taking turns. You know how they do it. No counter punching, nothing. Just you go, I go. But it was definitely entertaining. And they're most probably going to do it again. I was thinking to myself when the decision came out that they most probably ordered the cards. I was thinking they ordered cards, so they want a rematch, and it'll be a big fight over there again, big payday for both again. And because I just don't see how you could give it to Stieglitz. One judge had Stieglitz, maybe a draw, but I thought Sturm definitely got it by at least 2 rounds. That's how I had it anyway.
It also
From the rounds I saw.
It also frees up Abraham and Smith for a rematch now, doesn't it? If them two have a rematch, if Stieglitz and Sturm have a rematch, then it frees Abraham to fight Paul Smith again. But my thoughts of the fight, I enjoyed it. I didn't watch it live. I watched it a few hours later because I was watching the Channel 5 card, which we don't really want to talk about because it was shit. But yeah, Sturm for me, I was impressed. Like you said, Stieglitz was throwing a lot of shots, but a lot of them were getting blocked. A lot of them were getting smothered. And I just thought Sturm's work was a lot cleaner. Like, the uppercut was a major punch for him, and like both right uppercut and left uppercut, they were catching Stieglitz quite clean. Most of his punches were catching him clean, and I just felt that he did more in overall scheme of things. It was a bit of back and forth fight. Like, for 1 minute, Stieglitz would come on, and then for the second minute, Sturm would come back at him, and then in the last minute, both would have 30 seconds where they'd have a bit of success. I personally scored it 116-1. Let me check my card. 116-112 to Sturm. I couldn't really see the judge that give it 115-113 to Stieglitz, but it was a close fight, and it's a lot of them were swing rounds. So yeah, Dan, did you manage to catch this fight? Probably not.
No, sir. I apologize.
No problem, sir. No problem. Ari, I said I didn't want to mention the Channel 5 card, but did you see any of it?
Not really. I saw it was on the same time as the German fight, and I'd rather watch the German fight on my laptop than I had them both on, but I wasn't really concentrating. So no, the only one I did see like 2 rounds of was the Adjasev fight, whoever it is, and that fight was kind of like a farce because the Dickinson pulled out like 3 days before the fight, so they got Clarkson, and Clarkson was clearly not fit, and his coach got him out of there. They basically got it for the paycheck, and they lasted like 3-4 rounds or whatever it was, and then they just gave up really.
Yeah, I thought you did okay in the first round. I think Adjasev was trying to find.
I didn't even see. So yeah, I didn't even see the first round. All I saw was like 2 rounds before the stoppage, or when the corner stopped it. That was all I saw.
Yeah, quickly I thought Adjasev.
We need a new phrase. We need a new phrase to describe this level of card, Cam.
It's called Hennessy.
Or the brown hole.
That's why Gallagher needs to get away from him.
Okay. Oh, my bad, Cam. What were you going to say?
Nah, you just put me off my game now, Dan. I don't want to talk now.
Come on. My bad. Come on, Cam. Go with it. Still got a lot of time.
Nah, just go quick. Yeah, Adjasev, he started the fight a bit different to his normal style. And then Clarkson went after him a bit. Second, third, fourth round, he kind of went back to his old style, and Clarkson was struggling. Like Ari said, he started blowing quite early because he wasn't prepared for this fight. He was a late call-up because Travis Dickinson was injured, and he was a bit out of shape. He was in some shape because he, apparently from what Al Bernstein was saying, because Al was over for the Channel 5 fight, that he had the fight set up in December, so he was in some shape, but obviously nowhere near his fight shape. The undercard was terrible. Eddie Chambers had a fight with some big dude that Tyson Fury knocked out a few years ago. He looked quite shit, to be honest. And there was another fight where the ref was terrible. It was between Lenny Dawes and Chakib Fadi. And I don't know, I think the ref just got tired of the nonsense that was going on throughout the fight, and he just stopped the fight in the 10th round. It was that really flamboyant Italian referee that we've seen before, I think on a Channel 5 card again. I think it was Kid Galahad versus Parado. It's the same ref, man, with Italian dude with the white beard. think he just thought, fuck this shit, stop the fight. Apart from that, that's it. The fight, Channel 5 need to step up the game. If they, I can see Channel 5 finishing their contract with Hennessy, because even though Kid Galahad still gets a bit of views, I think that's his best fighter now, really, that's on Channel 5 anymore. Like, Fury's obviously left and gone with the TV deal with Frank Warren, so yeah, Hennessy needs to step up, definitely.
Well, if they do cancel it, they just cancel the whole of boxing.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. And I think that's a bad thing, to be honest. I think we need Channel 5 in the game.
But they do no promoting. They don't promote the fights at all. You don't see no adverts for it, just on. Obviously, we know because we're hardcores, but anyone else, they're just on the sofa just flicking channels if they're not watching whatever's on at the same time.
Ari, do you know if like the Martin Murray Stuart Hall card got decent like viewing figures? Or?
I don't know. I hope it did, because that was actually a good card for once on Channel 5, where it actually had some strong fights, even though the Murray fight was boring. But the whole Caballero fight was definitely worth watching.
Definitely. Adamek Spilka, I heard it was shit, so I didn't even want to watch it, to be honest, because I heard that Adamek was terrible. If you guys know how the fight played out, go ahead, but I just heard that Spilka kind of just mostly dominated the fight, and Adamek's pretty shot, and he should retire from what I heard.
Yeah, I picked Adamek on...
So did I. Did you go for unanimous decision?
Yeah, I thought Adamek, because Spilka, I remember seeing him get stopped by Jennings, so I thought Adamek would have enough, but if Adamek's done, I didn't see the fight myself, but yeah, then Adamek should retire then, to be honest.
Yep, and that's about it for this weekend's fight. Dan, any things that you've seen in the news or any topics you want to cover?
No, I think... I had no idea what I was going to say. I was just looking through some pictures right now. But do you have anything in mind?
To be honest, news-wise, it's quite quiet. There's a few fights next week, but nothing of major interest, to be honest. We got Matt Macklin fighting in Ireland. We got Yuri Gambo with a tune-up in Cancun. We got a fight in South Africa, Oosthuizen. But yeah,
do you know what weight that Gamboa fight is taking place at?
I think it's at lightweight.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess this is what happens, right, when we build up a fight, because it's just one of the few lone good fights in a shitty-ass year, and then the fight itself isn't as good as we expected, so, we're kind of left with the repercussions of that.
Don't we have Klitschko Pulev?
Yeah, just looking at the tight table now, yeah, we have Klitschko Pulev, but to me, I just see the 12-round domination, to be honest. Like, I never look forward. I never look forward to Klitschko fights.
Yeah.
I don't see anything good in Pulev. I don't.
I kind of rate Pulev, but Klitschko.
He's too small, man.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got the same height on him, isn't he?
Nah, Pulev's a lot smaller, man.
No, 6 foot. Oh no, he's like 6'4". 6'4". That's still quite tall. Yeah, Klitschko must really win decision. I don't think he'll be total domination though. Pulei's got some game to him. I hope anyway. Obviously, I hope Klitschko loses, but I don't see him losing. But who is Klitschko really going to fight? He hasn't fought anyone as good as Pulev in I wouldn't say, for a little while. So it's better than bloody Leopai or Pianetta or fucking what?
Yeah, the walk fight was that was entertaining at least, though, right?
Yeah, but at least this guy actually earned his shot. That's what I'm basically saying.
Yo, guys, I think we got my boy, MB Chew on the line. Chew.
My boy! Sam.
How you doing? You okay?
What's up, Chew?
I'm good. How's it going?
Good, man. What's your thoughts on the fight on the weekend?
Brilliant fight. I loved it. I don't know why everybody's shitting on it. I loved it. You knew where...
That's because you love Sergey.
Shitting on what?
Sergey Kovalev.
You shitted on it.
You love Sergey.
I heard a lot of people in the boxing voice shitting on it.
Yeah, that's the boxing voice.
A lot of people in the forums shitting on it. Saying, I heard Cam shitting on it.
I kind of shitted on it.
Cam said it was too one-sided to be entertaining.
So was it not one? Was it not one-sided?
It was one-sided, yeah, but like you knew where you were when certain moments in history happened.
Oh my god! Come on, dude.
I'm not just talking about boxing. When the plane hit the Twin Towers in 9/11.
Oh my god. Chewie, you drunk?
Nah, man, I'm sober as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm talking facts to you. Truth.
Like,
Open
with more
your-
recent news.
open your
Kind of
eyes.
like, when the Berlin Wall was broken down, right?
Well, if
This
you're
is
old
like on
enough,
that same
I'm not-
magnitude.
Dan, you're trying to tell me I'm an old man. I'm not. I was 5 when the Berlin Wall happened. 4 actually. Was it 1989? 9/11. You knew you knew where you were when the
Christ.
Twin Towers dropped. You knew where you were when the Iraq War started. There's certain moments in history where you know where you were. I knew where I was. I was watching a stream, a shitty stream at that. Box Nation. Box Nation. Listen to that fat cunt flap his guns all night. You know who I'm talking about.
Once.
And what a fud he is. But anyway, I knew where I was. I watched history happen. I'm not just talking about Saddam Ali, even though that fight was breathtaking.
Yo, you got your pick absolutely right.
You're telling me I'm gonna fucking milk that cow? Nah, to be honest, that was a guess. No one knows how good Saddam Ali was until he fought someone who was a little bit credible. But you know, his real test is still to come. But Kovalev passed his test, no problem. Everything B-Hop did, no answers. First round, you know, B-Hop, you got to give him respect. 50 years old. I wasn't a B-Hop fan until very recently, and then I've changed my mind on him completely. I don't give a fuck if he's doing PEDs, honestly. He could be positive for this fight. You know what, man? I would give him a pass. You know what I mean? I would just ignore that. I would Roy Jones that. I would rip that up. That never happened. What? You know what I mean? That's how much I respect B-Hop, because B-Hop gave all the credit in the world after the fight. Something I've never seen him really do to that extent. He just owned up and he confessed that Kovalev is the truth. He's a beast. Everyone knew. Some people were in denial, but now even the people in denial need to admit he's a good fighter. How good he is, you need to give him a test. You need to give him an Andre Ward. I think he beats Andre Ward. In my opinion, Kovalev. Kovalev beats Andre Ward, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I also think he beats everyone else in and around that weight class. The only guy I see giving him trouble is Beterbiev. Only because apparently they fought in the amateurs and Beterbiev pretty much owned him. So that's only the amateurs though. Kovalev is a different beast in the pros. Man, I'm excited about boxing. I love boxing. I fell in love with it, but you know, it only takes a minute. It only takes one fight, and you're back in that game. I fucking love this shit. I don't know what you guys thought.
You've got a roller coaster love affair with boxing.
Oh man, you're telling me, man. And unlike the fucking midget bantamweights, I can pass that roller coaster and I can get back on that thing.
You always have to have a dig at the small guys every week, innit? You always have to have a dig.
That's nothing personal, it's just it's my preference.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And like we were talking about Saddam Ali earlier. Do you think he can make waves in the welterweight division, or do you think if he steps up to a bit someone of a higher level, he's just gonna get starched?
Tell you what, man, he's fast. He's fast as fuck. His feet are awesome. Everybody was talking about Abregu before the fight. Abregu's gonna do this. Abregu's gonna do that. Man, he didn't do fucking anything.
Yeah, he did look like shit, to be honest.
That was a pick on ignorance. I'm not just because I got it right, but to be honest with you, I didn't know. That was a guess. I just guessed that Saddam Ali was better than that guy. Abregu is overrated. I knew that, but Saddam Ali was non-rated. Like you just didn't know. So now that we saw the fight, do I think Saddam Ali would do okay in the welterweight division. He'd beat Brandon Rios. He'd beat these kind of guys, but would he beat a Keith Furman or anybody like that with speed and power? Nah, probably not, man. But to be honest with you, I don't know.
I think that Rios fight is 50-50.
Really?
Yeah. Because the thing is, you say that no one knew anything. Well, nothing, but the thing that I knew about Saddam Ali is that he gets hit a lot by lesser opponents and that he has a shaky chin. And we all know Brandon Rios has probably the best chin in boxing, so, Saddam Ali doesn't have good defense despite him having good feet, so who knows?
Was there any kind of point in the fight, though, where Abregu kind of had Saddam Ali in any kind of trouble, though?
No, but if you watch any of Saddam Ali's previous fights, you would see him get dropped by much lesser competition.
Just to play devil's advocate, I could argue that because it was lesser competition, he wasn't concentrating as much. Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. I never buy into that logic. You know what I mean? Like if your defense, like if that's true, there's still the other side though. He's still fighting a lesser opponent, so there's still no reason for you to get hit, even if you are underestimating your opponent.
Yeah. I think all credit to Saddam Ali. People have got, like Kevin Horn said last week or whenever it was, people always go think a win is not as good as what it was before when everyone else was picking your opponent to win. Now that he's beat the guy that everybody was thinking was going to beat him, now all of a sudden that guy wasn't as good as what it was before the fight. So that just shows me that Saddam Ali is a beast.
Nah, I wouldn't go that. But true. What if you say though before the fight happened that you don't view either guy highly?
Yeah, he could have said that, but it's like two bald men fighting over a comb. You could have said, but
yes, exactly.
I
don't know, true.
Someone's got. Saddam Ali's got room to improve. Like, he's not the finished article, so
yeah,
he's the one with the upside. Who is Abregu? He's like a poor man. He's a gatekeeper. Yeah, he's a poor man's Madonna. So good luck to him. He's an opponent now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think put Saddam Ali with even Chavez. I think that's a 50-50 fight.
Diego Chavez, who's fighting Bradley. Nah.
You think Saddam wins that?
Brandon Rios was outboxing him.
Outboxing?
Yeah, he's coming on strong in those last rounds.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
To me,
but I don't. You're asking the guy who just said that Saddam versus Rios would be 50-50, so.
Well, that's your opinion, Dan. I just think if Rios is with his slow, cumbersome hand skills, hand speed, is able to land on Chavez, and what is a guy with fast hands, fast feet, good technical ability going to do? You know what I mean? I think Bradley schools Chavez, by the way. Chavez doesn't win a round against Bradley. I'll tell you that right now. That's a safe pick to me. That is safe as fuck. Timothy Bradley, Diego Chavez. That is a safe pick. And the Bradley comfortably beat Abregu. Saddam Ali comfortably beat Abregu. So clearly he's got troubles with that. Yeah. Those fighters with those physical dimensions.
Yeah, but Abregu also put hands on him. Put hands on Bradley.
How many rounds did he win though?
No, that's not my point though. I think Chavez is considerably better than Abregu. So I still think it'll be a fun fight in spots, but I agree with you. I think Bradley's going to win, but again, I just said earlier.
Well. I think did Abregu not beat Delorme? I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say he's a better fighter than him, but I still think Abregu's got the best win out of the two. Like, he's proven it.
How long ago was that? And that was at 140. You know.
I mean, these guys aren't really welterweights to me. Timothy Bradley's not a welterweight to me. Diego Chavez. Yeah, he is a welterweight, but he's not got, like, that's his weight class. If he goes, Diego Chavez, if he goes to 154, he'll be small. Like, he is a welterweight. So
yeah, which is why the fight's taking place at 47. So
if it's 140, 147, I consider all those guys to be more or less similar in terms of weight.
Okay. No, but I was just saying earlier, I know a lot of people were giving Ali a lot of credit because they were saying he beat Abregu a lot better and more impressively than Bradley did against Abregu. But my whole point was, Bradley is a guy who always shows flaws in most of his fights, right? So just because you do something better than Timothy Bradley doesn't mean you're automatically an elite level or top level talent. Like, would you agree to that?
No, I disagree. I think Timothy Bradley is elite.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, that even though he is elite, he's kind of known for being elite because he struggles in all of these fights that he's supposed to win comfortably, but he overcomes that. So it's like his toughness, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that makes him elite. So I don't think you could just compare the two performances and say, Ali is on that level just because he beat him more impressively,
Yeah, okay, you've got a good point, but what I'm saying is you don't know that he's not. I'm arguing the other side.
Okay, so you're just saying, basically, I guess we can boil this down to Ali being young, right? And him having a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got potential.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this the black hole of the show today?
The Saddam Ali black hole. Why not? Sorry, it'll go by fast, like him.
Yo, Chew, did you manage to catch 24/7?
Nah, I mean, I've not seen it now. It's good?
I didn't think it was that good, to be honest.
Yeah, it was alright.
Was it Algeria and the Pac? I read about it, man. I heard the people were making a big deal that Algeria was like staying with his mum on that.
Yeah, lives in the basement of his parents' house. Like he rents out the
is that what the kind of the show was about, man? It's all this kind of life.
Yeah, they're kind of showing the background of his bit of his training. He was staying at the Venetian in Las Vegas, doing some training there, showing him cook his own food as well. It wasn't the greatest episode, to be honest.
That's bollocks, man. They should show more training footage.
They're showing Pacquiao at have you seen these programs like the Biggest Loser, like where they try and lose overweight people try and lose weight?
I've heard about it, mate.
Yeah, Pacquiao had his own version of that, and then it was weird. It was weird because basically there was all this nice food, and then all the people that were trying to do this diet, like, were in the same room, and all this food's on all this unhealthy cakes and whatever food was there on the tables, and it was like a weird temptation. And if you lose a certain weight by a certain date, then you'll get like a monetary reward and stuff. It's just a whole weird situation that he's trying to promote. I just found it really weird. But I think we got my boy Mao Alpha on the line. Mao, are you there?
Yeah, Ken, what's up? How are you guys?
Good, thank you, Mao.
What's
How
up?
are you?
What's up, Mao?
What's up? I was hearing some Argentine hate, man.
From me? No, I mean, I was hating, but I was also giving Diego Chavez more props by hating on Abregu, if you want to look at it that way.
I was not talking about you. I was talking about MB2. But still, yes, you. Still, I gotta agree. I mean, Abregu, I always said it. He's a bum. He never showed. I mean, his biggest win is his biggest win is Dulorme, and I mean, he never proved to me anything special. You know, he was always that slow type of fighter, you know, like Valdomir. And the only thing that he had was power. But I don't think that Ali is, you know, relevant to the division either, even though he's developing and he's young and he has some future ahead of him. I think that he got touched a lot by Abregu. And I know that Ness was saying that, you know, how much rounds or how many rounds Abregu won, maybe 2, but every time that he was dropped, he was winning the round. He was hammering Ali. So I don't think that the guy is relevant at all. I think that eventually he will, you know, he will be knocked out by someone. But it was a big win because Abregu has a name. I mean, has power, if you want to say it in some way, he has certain reputation where if you're not good enough, he will show it to you and he will expose you. So it was a big win. But to me, it's not you know, let's say the case was the other. I mean, let's say that Abregu won. I mean, like Dan likes to say, that doesn't tell me too much about him. So I think that it's a good win, but nothing special.
Yeah, why is Argentina got so many good fighters all in the one weight class?
I don't know.
I think Abregu is good, man. He beat Stormy. I just think I'll be honest with you, I think he's a one-dimensional pub fighter.
Of course, I agree. I mean, he has a lot of flaws, but I mean, in his previous fight when he fought here against an unknown John Carlos Prada, he was dropped and he was severely hurt in that fight. So if you have been following his career, it's obvious that there was not any hype trend there. He was not a Maidana, he was not a Matiz, he was just a regular fighter with decent power, with a decent win with Dulorme, but nothing special. You know, he's an average fighter. And he can make exciting fights, you know, he can be good for other fighters to shine, but I don't think that's the case of Ali.
Yeah, when I said so many good Argentinian fighters, I just mean known. Like, we know them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to... No, listen, Madana's a good fighter. Matisse is a good fighter. Chavez is a good fighter. Abregu is a good fighter. You know what I mean? All these guys in and around the same weight classes, they could all fight each other, but I do think they've all got one big problem, which is when they get someone slick. Like, when they get someone tricky.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's something that always happens to, you know, fighters from all over the world. And it's always that we always talk about, because when you fight or you train in the US or in the UK, you have very different type of, you know, sparring, and you can get a lot of experience from different gyms. But if you have, you don't have enough money and you train here in Argentina, or you're training in some country in South America, then you don't have, you know, all that type of sparring, all that diversity of sparring that can help you to be, you know, what you call a slick fighter. So it's obvious that when you step up in terms of competition, you will be exposed unless you are very good. So fighters here and fighters in, you know, other countries where there's no good sparring, eventually will have to be very good, you know, above average to shine or to triumph. Remember, Maidana was known for beating Ortiz, and, you know, that was almost a lucky win because he got dropped 3 times. He was hurt. And, you know, fortunately for him, he won the fight. Matisse lost 2 fights. They were controversial, so he had severely opportunities to come back. But, you know, it's very hard just to make that jump and go, you know, be part of the boxing elite, if you want to say it. Even Martinez was training in Spain. I think that Europe is one of the best places just to make a previous step before going to the United States, because there's so much variety of sparring and trainings and coaches and everything.
Like, a lot of people don't know, Algieri's Argentinian. Chris Algieri.
No, he's not Argentinian. I mean, the guy born in the United States, he doesn't talk Spanish. His mom or his dad is Argentinian, but that doesn't make him Argentinian. I mean,
why do you disown him now? Why? Because he doesn't hit hard enough.
No, he's not Argentinian. Look, Martinez, he was not a hard puncher. I mean, he had a decent power, but he was more of a stylist, and everybody loved him.
Ask Paul Williams that. Respect to Paul.
But Martinez in his prime had power.
Yeah,
for days.
I'm not denying that, but I'm saying that he was characterized for being more like a sleek or very finesse fighter.
Yeah, but come on, man, you can't even compare him versus Algieri, though, right?
No, I'm just comparing his style, because MB2 indirectly, he was trying to say that I don't like him because he doesn't have power. He's not like the typical Argentinian that you see fighting in the United States. But I don't dislike him because of that. And I don't think that the guy is Argentinian. He doesn't talk Spanish. I mean, I think that it's silly for Puerto Ricans to claim Daniel Garcia as Puerto Rican, because he's not. I mean, he's from Philly. I mean, he doesn't have it. I mean, the only thing that he has is a flag, but that doesn't make him Puerto Rican the same way that Algieri is not Argentinian, because he drinks mate and, eats asado and all those shit. I mean, the guy is from the U.S. Just leave it there.
I disagree with you. I think you are where you claim you're from. If I say I'm from fucking Egypt, I'm Egyptian. You can't tell me any different.
True. Have you noticed True didn't say England?
Why would I want to pick somewhere exotic, man. It's just down the road.
He's picking Chemo's hometown.
Man. I'll pick Alaska next time.
I'm from Alaska.
Guys, we got Kevin Horn on the line. Kevin, you there?
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
What's up, man?
What up, man?
Man, I got caught up in a 3-hour doctor's appointment, man. They were trying to hold me off from eating my crow, I guess.
It's alright, man.
Better not duck me, son.
I don't think I could have got that first fight any more wrong. I talked about Ali. Ali was too physically weak. He didn't have the power. And what he do, end up knocking dude out. I was like, oh, man. Although I don't know what you guys thought. Everybody, I was amped up. Great night for boxing, and I turned the first fight off after 4 rounds to watch college football, and I missed this. And the second fight was probably the most boring fight of the year on TV.
Casual Kev.
Yeah. You guys really enjoyed those fights, though?
Nah.
No. I enjoyed it, Kev, because it was a moment in history. B-Hop finally got dethroned. That's why I enjoyed it. But
yeah, I liked the last round when he got the shit beat out of him, because something actually happened. And the first round after he got knocked down, I was like, yo, he's a little he's gonna tighten up real hard, and he ain't moving anywhere.
It's funny, Kev. I was saying earlier that you said last week or whatever that a lot of people were going to call in after the fight. Or speak after the fight, and they'll say, "Oh, we told you." Oh,
I told you. I knew that's how it was going to go. And it's funny because you hear all these people that are hating on Kovalev are the same people who called up all vehemently on different podcasts, all on Twitter. Kovalev got no skills, got no talent, easy win for B-Hop. And then B-Hop ends up giving Kovalev credit for like the little technical things he did, and the haters can't give him credit. It's different. Like a guy like, I don't know if Lim's on the line, but Lim predicted that it shouldn't be close. Kovalev should run through him. That's one thing. So if you're not impressed by the win, that's cool. But when the people predicting Hopkins to win easy, he outclass him, he outthinks him, Kovalev's nothing but a flat-footed puncher who can't do nothing, he's going to be neutralized. And then Kovalev completely neutralizes B-Hop and wins every second of every minute of every round. And then they're going to say, oh, no, he beat an old man. He didn't even do nothing. He got crazy holes in his game. Like, dude, I thought you just said B-Hop was going to expose all the holes.
No.
Well, I will say one thing. Kovalev, I think he's one of the best in the game at feinting.
Yeah, and you see he'll do that little feint and like step back with the back foot and throw the right
I love
hand
his
also.
feint, man. Yeah, he can. Yeah. He doesn't feint just the jab too. Like he feints right hands, he feints hooks. Like he's skilled, man.
He feints his whole body. It's like he's done an Elvis move, man. I'm not even joking by it. He's like
these hips.
Yeah, his hips, man.
Hips of his.
I think the thing is though, he does feint a lot. He does it, but you saw like B-Hop a couple times. I got excited because I thought B-Hop caught him clean, but it ended up being Kovalev just off balance and like a punch like hit his neck or hit the shot of his shoulder. So I guess like that's the one thing he would need to improve on. I guess that's the main difference between him and Kovalev. I mean, him and Triple G is he's not really as grounded in his feet when he actually plants. Like,
that's exactly what I said, man.
Yeah, you said that on, I caught that on the chat or whatever.
The thing, too, is, what do you call it, Kovalev, not only that, but because he's always kind of, like, hopping and skipping around, like, he retreats in straight lines.
Does he? I didn't really notice that. I guess because the only time B-Hop tried jumping at him, he caught a right hand that got knocked down, so, like, I didn't get a chance to see it as much.
That's why I still think him versus Adonis is 50-50, man.
Yeah, because if you step straight back, that long left hand could get him.
Yeah.
Well, I could see that. It's just a shame, like another black eye to boxing that fight's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
I don't think Kovalev has that good of a chin either.
No, yeah, he doesn't seem as sturdy. It's definitely the case, and he's been knocked down early. He's been hurt a couple other times.
See, that's a good thing for the excitement.
And to put my Nauta cap on, Kovalev kind of reminds me of Amir Khan, the jumping in and out.
Yeah.
The Bambi, Skippy front, Skippy back.
He kind of reminds me of Jerry Cooney.
He kind of reminds me of Rocky Balboa more than anything.
Yo, but how y'all get to see 24/7? You guys like that? You guys catch up on that yet? I'm sure you probably beat the fights down to death already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned
Not
that.
many liked it, Kev. I think I was the one who liked it the most.
What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, I right away amped everybody up. Maybe I was biased because they were showing Long Island and everything like that, but I don't know. It's crazy. You look outside and you're like, all these nice houses, these people got money, and then you find out there's 12 people living in there.
Kev, serious question. Like I know someone mentioned it before, hoping that you'd jump on and maybe answer it. What's the situation with Algieri's trainer? Because in 24/7 now, he's got two trainers, and one stayed back in Long Island when he went to Vegas, and he had the other one with him in Vegas. What's the whole situation?
To be honest, I'm not sure, but I'm just assuming he's the only person he has to run his own gym, so he can't leave it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not like a Freddie Roach that could leave it with 2 or 3 other people, or even shut the gym down for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
I mean, Algieri's still living in his mother's basement. He don't got money like that. It's not like the trainer's going to have any money. So their main gym, I know the one gym's in Belmore, and I know people who know Algieri just because they go to the cardio kickboxing courses and shit over there. So I think it's a money issue, and the fact that this guy can't leave his gym. I'm sure he'll get hooked up for a fight and get out there for the fight. But the guy who always kept saying you creeping on him and shit like that, I don't think he's around. I think he's still here.
Yeah.
I think it's the one thing I've really been interested in for Algieri is his transition from kickboxing to boxing. But his style...
It's been years already,
Yeah, I know, bro, but it's just his style. Like, I've kickboxed. You don't move your head like that in kickboxing. He's very elusive, man.
I think Freddie Roach, besides his obligatory, I see the fire back in Pacquiao statement, which is every 24/7. But
what are you talking about,
I think he made the most poignant comment when he was just like, I'll give Algieri that he's a tough guy, but I don't think he realizes how many levels he's stepping up, like how big a step he's actually taken. And once he said that, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, everybody's like Algieri's going to give him trouble because he's a style matchup, the height, the jab, the movement. But I was like, yeah, but if you have all that, but you don't have it at a certain level, it doesn't really matter. And that kind of came back to when I asked you guys about how you sparred somebody who was 5-6 inches taller than you. And it's like, if he's not that good, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? And I started thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, Pacquiao really might just blow right through this guy.
Especially when it's a guy like Manny Pacquiao, who's the least orthodox fighter and probably like one of the most unorthodox fighters in history.
Yeah. He's just gonna. I feel like he could just explode right in, a couple times around, and one of those he's gonna catch him.
Exactly. Pacquiao's been working heavy on the uppercuts in training, so.
Was that when he was doing the tapping the pads with Freddie?
Yo, come on, dude. Those were bombs, man. He was throwing bombs, bazookas.
He's throwing bricks. Honestly, he's throwing AB bricks.
I know this is somewhat retarded, but I love everything about Pacquiao, man. Like, I know that stupid shit about him playing basketball and then paying like 200 kids tuitions and shit. I just think he's an awesome dude, man.
Yo, I love that shit. And not for nothing, everybody's giving him shit about that basketball thing. And I like that Freddie Roach kept it real. It was like, does he belong? Exactly. Probably not. But you know what? He's there. And you know what? Did you look at the crowd? That place was packed. Do you think that place was packed without Pacquiao playing? I don't know.
Basketball.
Yeah.
And then he opened up his own resort, his own beach resort.
Yeah, and he goes there and starts doing sit-ups.
Like, dude, this dude's a boss, man. And then
but we keep hearing about how broke he is. This dude's opening up resorts.
Exactly.
I'm not buying into that shit, bro.
Why would anybody go see Manny Pacquiao playing basketball, man? That's just like going to see Michael Jordan play darts. I mean, it's just.
I think he was.
Everybody went and saw Michael Jordan play baseball.
Exactly.
He sold out minor league stadiums that never ever had anywhere near that type of crowd.
Yep. I would say Michael Jordan played basketball.
I didn't even know that, by the way. I just looked like a fool.
So that was a bad analogy. Let me play devil's advocate.
I'll pick another guy. Pele playing fucking squash.
Now,
who's going to watch squash anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But none of you guys like the 24/7?
I haven't seen it, man.
I like the ending a lot. I love the narration and the music that they used.
Uh-huh.
No, I always love HBO's from a production value.
Me too, and they're gonna do a new type of show next in a week or two, with a different look at the fight. So I think instead of doing all the 24/7, they wanted to try a new show.
But come on, dude, that excitement is completely negated by the fact that Virgil Hunter is gonna be on, right?
I heard the N-Ward, Hunter N-Ward.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They might as well have had Sec back on there.
That would be awesome.
I want to hear how many more people Secback is going to ask. Algieri beats Pacquiao, right? Algieri beats Pacquiao. Like, dude, don't ask a question like that, son. Finally, one guy, I think it was Sergio Mora, was like, "Of course you do, because he's with Garcia's camp."
Right.
You know what I would like that?
Guys, let me get to the phone lines.
Long live the king of all kings, and we say, long live the king! Long live the king!
What's good, fellas?
Brother!
What's going on? Where's that Korean bum at? What's up, man?
Yeah, that's racist, man. Come on, dude. I'm
trying to say something. I had to say something racist. You haven't said anything racist all show.
That's because I got the freaking the Muslim community on my back, man. I can't say shit.
What's going on, man?
Nah, not much, man. You think you're picking Algieri, right?
Nah, I don't know. I'm iffy on that one, man. But I'm starting to lean towards Algieri, man.
Hey, King J, put your kid on the line. That kid knows all about boxing, right?
Jeez, I'm fucking taking care of him right now. He's destroying my fucking room.
Tell him to stop making so much background noise, man.
Hey, you know, on that Algieri shit, man, what I am impressed, dude, I mean, we kind of knew that already, but, dude, he's fucking at the weight already right now, man. Well, I mean, that's nothing new because we know he stays in shape, right?
Yeah.
Pacquiao's at the weight, too, for all told. He's already at, like, 144.
Yeah, it should be easier for Algieri because he's going up 4 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why when people are giving Pacquiao shit for using a catchweight in this fight, it's like, dude, Algieri's still going up 4 pounds. Like,
that's what I'm saying. The catchweight's beneficial for Algieri.
It's like,
and Algieri's still going to be the bigger man on fight night. Algieri's going to have an easier time making the weight.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I was so inspired by that episode. I went to the local market today and I bought some avocados, some 7-grain toast.
You got a whole bunch of toast?
And a shitload of eggs.
He was looking like me back there. I used to be a fast grill cook. I used to stay burning the toast. Except I didn't throw it out. I just served it.
Hey, come on, Roos. At least I didn't make the worst joke of the year. You know, just saying.
Yo, Roos just took over Ski Mask?
Yeah, Roos overtook Ski Mask by a mile, son.
Nice.
What was the joke?
Let's not repeat it.
We can't repeat it.
Let's move.
Listen to it on replay.
Nah, I don't think he.
I'm not gonna
he did not
to
take Ski Mask. Ski Mask got some classics.
Yo, King J, I'm calling you out, King J, because in the chat about half an hour ago, you said you're gonna jump on the line as soon as you finish playing FIFA online.
I know, man. Fuck, I was playing, man. This guy kept talking shit, so I had to fucking give him a rematch.
Oh, here, you got FIFA, bro. King
yes,
J, you
sir.
got FIFA? Man, hook me up. MV2. I'm MV2. Anybody? I'll fucking destroy you with FIFA 15. I'm not joking.
What, PS4 or Xbox?
PS4,
Xbox 360, man.
Oh, my God.
You escape for now, King J, mate.
I got away from an ass whooping.
Hey, well.
Hey, man, but what's up, man? What's up, man? I didn't get my 2 cents on that Kovalev, man. I mean, does this change the whole situation on how people think about him? And as far as people that used to think that Stevenson was going to run through him?
No, but nobody said Stevenson was going to run through him, though, did
Well,
they?
not on this show, but I mean, remember on the Boxing Boys, Beeb and all his fucking followers, like, oh, he's going to outbox his years and Kova can't box for shit. And look at him. They put him in the situation where he had to show boxing skills, and I think he did a good-ass job, man.
Oh, man, totally.
I think he did a good-ass job, man. The thing that I was most impressed with Kovalev, man, was how he kept his fucking composure, and even when he seen B-Hop, like in the early rounds hurt, he didn't go after the kill because he knew that he could get countered, or, you know, with a big hit. I thought that was good that he stuck to his fucking game plan, man. That was real nice.
Very patient.
Yeah, very, very patient, man.
Hey, King J, can I ask you a question?
What up?
Do you think Kovalev beats B-Hop in his prime?
Man, I don't know about that one, man.
Hell no.
I think he does.
Hell no.
Calm down, Chew, man.
I think the B-Hop that beat Tarver easily beats Kovalev.
I don't know about easily, Kevin.
I don't know about easy. But any fight B-Hop ever won, he kind of made look easy. And every fight he lost, besides this one, was a close fight.
So look, this is what I was thinking about that, because I kind of on both. I think B-Hop would have beat him, but then I think, man, that power that Krusher has on both hands, man, that shit is serious too, man. It's serious, man, because look, I don't give a fuck if he's 50 years old. It's not like B-Hop was looking like shit before this fight, and he literally looked like shit this fight.
Nah,
like,
that's why
anything doing.
Like King J, if that power didn't drop a 50-year-old, what makes you think you would drop him at his prime?
Those are two different things, though, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I think what King Jay's trying to say is that power still made B-Hop think more than he's ever thought before.
Man, let him speak for himself, man.
I was about to say that exactly. Like, dude, look at how serious the power is. It was so serious that B-Hop was not taking any fucking chances. He was just thinking about surviving the 12 rounds. He wasn't thinking about, I'll throw a haymaker. He wasn't thinking of none of that shit, dude. That's when power is serious, you know. He has that steady power, man. Kind of like a Triple G, man, but, that's another story, but.
You can't just use that blanket statement, man, saying that just because it didn't knock out a 50-year-old, you know, it's not going to affect him in his prime. Like, come on, dude.
But B-Hop as a 50-year-old gets away with a lot more than what he would have done when he was younger. He gets away with being inactive. If he was 20 years younger, the crowd would have booed the fuck out of him, and he wouldn't have been able to get away with his inactivity. So he would have took more risks. And if he took more risks, he would have... Well, listen, you saw B-Hop in the 90s.
Did you say wrist or risk?
Risks. Risks. The B-Hop in the 90s is totally different from the B-Hop that's in the 2014.
Yeah, but that was just because he was more athletic, so he could rely on it. It wasn't because of the crowd noise or the response.
What I'm trying to say, when is B-Hop's prime? What year?
That's what makes him so great, but I know sure as hell it wasn't his past 4 fights.
Nah. Hey, look, and just to counter what
Trinidad fight.
The Trinidad fight.
And that's not even his prime in terms of a physical standpoint, but it's his best performance for me. I don't know, man.
I was gonna, like, Roos, just to counterattack what you said, man, like, And, you know, you can easily say the what?
Battleships.
I was gonna say fucking Dawson made him look like shit. So what does that say about Hopkins? Like he got better now and he's stuck back then. You know, it's kind of like just because he didn't drop him doesn't mean he would not have been able to drop him when he was younger.
I mean, like if you're fighting a 50-year-old King J and the same weight as you, and you don't annihilate him, as in like you finish him, put him on the floor, you can't really take much credit for that, can you?
Hey, but check this out. Hey, Rose, check this out. Did you see the video of that fucking 60-year-old that fucking annihilated that MMA fighter? So what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you know that MMA guy and fucking that guy go beat with the MMA and Kovalev should be ashamed of himself to a certain degree.
Check this out. So you don't think that prime Hopkins, which was moving and throwing more punches because Hopkins didn't throw shit, was gonna be open more to getting knocked out. So I mean, you know, it's kind of like an.
No, I think you know what his body obviously it doesn't recover as well as when he was at his prime. So I think at his prime, even if he would have get knocked down with that shot in the first round, he still would have been able to recover and adjust and kind of be the dominant guy.
I disagree. I disagree because even though there wasn't a lot of knockdowns in the fight, there was a lot of punches that hurt him. You know, where he could have went down, but you know, he's just. I think Max Kellerman said it was his general fitness. Yeah. Or the guy in Box Nation stream said it was just his general fitness keeping him up. But those punches are still hurting him. Even I don't think it's because he's 50 years old that the punches are hurting him. I think it's just because he punches that hard.
It's because it's the fucking Krusher. That's why.
I don't know, man. That's where I kind of disagree, man. I mean, obviously it's a gray line, but dude, I mean, obviously we can't. None of us on the panel can say for certain because we're not anywhere near 50 years old. But I just have to imagine when you reach your mid 40s, like, come on, dude, just the way your body hurts waking up.
No, man.
Like, how does it not affect your ability to take punches?
You know what? And exactly when I was watching the fight, Lim, I remember when I was like after the first round, I was like, this guy's gonna get his ass whooped. I remembered exactly what you said. Like, there's no way. It doesn't even matter how well he prepares for this. It's a fucking 50-year-old facing a guy that's in his prime that has power in both hands. It doesn't matter how fucking well prepared you are.
Like, I'm around like people in their mid 30s, early 40s, and they always complain about joint pain, etc., etc. Imagine getting hit by a fucking hard puncher, even on your elbows. Like, that shit hurts.
But he's an alien, but.
Well, you put that motherfucker back in that spaceship.
Yeah, fucking.
Lim, those 35 and 40-year-old people that you're around, are they athletic?
You see, that's where well, again, I'm saying 35, 40. This guy's 50. What are you laughing about, man? I'm just saying. So what? Just because one person is athletic and they take care of their body that much more.
That's a good question.
Their longevity is going to last.
No, it's a huge thing, man. I mean, people in their 50s like B-Hop who fucking go 30 years without eating cookies are generally feeling a lot better in the morning than people who fucking spend 30, 40, 50 years thrashing their body.
You tell him.
What do you mean
Lim is just a softie.
Dude, look at fucking Gotti, dude. Look at Gotti, how much punishment that guy fucking took. Beat down he would get, how slow he became. All that guy fucking did was party. He threw away his career.
He was a professional dice shooter at night.
You're talking about a guy on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I'm just talking about people I know. I mean, they might not be the most athletic people either.
Lim's referring to people in a normal, you know, not a fucking guy that's...
But I'm not.
Think you guys let me defend myself. Let me defend myself for 1 second accurately. All I'm saying is, yes, I'm talking about your average Joe Schmo, but I don't think any human being can escape the natural, you know, just how our bodies tend to age. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you turn 40, 45, like certain things, they just don't respond the way they used to.
Are you referring to people in ski mask workplace?
Alright.
Well, that was another awful
Hit the
joke.
crickets. Hit the crickets.
No, but Dave, you get my point. It's like, come on, dude.
That shit was horrible, Rose.
You can't escape it. You can never escape it, but you can prolong it. You know what I mean?
That's absolutely fair. You could absolutely prolong it, but all I'm saying is the dude still, he still has been in a lot of fights. Sure, he hasn't been in that many wars, but he's still gotten punched plenty of times, right? So he's 49 years old, and all I'm saying is, even me, like when I was 2-3 years ago, I never had any kind of joint or tendon or pain in my tendons, but I do now. So just imagine that times by 20-25 years. It's like it has to affect your body some way.
I mean, you're still gonna feel it. Probably just not as bad as someone else if you take care of yourself, but it's still gonna be there.
See, when KH was talking last week about people changing their tunes after the fight, that's you, Dan. Now you're talking. He's an old man. When you get to 50, these things happen. But fucking B-Hop's last fight, he beat a contender. Couple of fights before that, he beat Pascal back to back.
But
he beat a fucking guy that built a house with his hands.
Are you trying to say that I'm using B-Hop's age as an excuse?
I think
What are you trying to say exactly?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I think.
Yeah, but that's what I said before the
first round, after the first knockdown, we've all saw it happen in boxing. I think too many people, including yourself, are putting too much emphasis on. He's 50. What happened
that was the reason why I picked Kovalev.
He got hurt, and then he didn't want to punch.
But Lynn,
like, you need to look. People need to look at the fight and say, why didn't he punch? Why was he so inactive? Because he was so old, or because he was afraid of the power?
Because he was too old.
I disagree. I think he got whopped in the first round.
And it's like, are you really trying to give B-Hop credit right now for his win against Shumenov? You're just going to disregard his name and just call him a title contender?
Shumenov
is a fucking bum, and you know that. I haven't been impressed with any of B-Hop's performance. Well, his past 3 fights, man.
Lim, he built his fucking house with his bare hands, bro.
I understand that, but still, the guy trains himself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I can't give him that much. I haven't been impressed with B-Hop in a long ass time, man. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I just think that in that fight, man, he thought, like, this guy's a fucking idiot that just punches hard. I'm going to outbox him. And, dude, he felt the power. And then at the end, he's like, man, I'm fucking 50. What the fuck am I doing? I'm just going to survive this shit and fuck it, whatever.
I think B-Hop beat Stevenson.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, I don't see it happening, but if you believe that, then, that's your opinion, obviously.
Yeah, why not?
Nah, you know what? I don't think he does, Chu, because I think that anybody with power is going to fuck up B-Hop at this point.
Especially with speed.
Yeah.
Guys, can I just jump to a caller on the line? We got Nafi on the line. He's in the chat also. Are you there, Nafi?
Yeah, you right, mate? How's it going?
Not bad, man. Not bad. How are you?
What up?
Oh, mate, I'm so happy Hopkins lost yesterday. Or on Saturday. I don't know why. I just thought it's time for him to go. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Golovkin, Golovkin, yeah, he was great. And I think he just sort of set the level, which we should really be trying to hold everyone else up to. I mean, Hopkins is beating bums, really. Or the way we look back at it now, I mean, everyone's going, do you know what I mean? Like, the standard at which he beat before was regarded pretty high at the time, and now Kovalev's come along and smashed them. Everyone's kind of gone, oh, hold on, one sec, they were pretty shit, really. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hindsight's a bitch and all that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, we were just talking there, like, how people rated Shumenov before and after. Like, some people were kind of going for Shumenov before the fight.
For me, I just feel like we're just getting to a stage where, I mean, with Triple G coming up, and like even what's his name, BF, the boxers who are actually coming up now, we can actually like compare to, like we always compare boxers now to the past, but then when you're looking at people like Sturm or I don't know, just like the general champions of the past couple of years, I don't think have really, do you know what I mean, really like had feet, like legs to stand on if you compared them to the past. And now with people like Kovalev and Triple G, they're like, this is it, do you know what I mean, moving forward.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
No, I know what you mean, Nuffy. I know what you mean. Did you catch any other fights? Did you catch 24/7?
No, I tell you, guys, unfortunately, it was a bit of a mad week. I literally just was able to watch the fight this morning. But, yeah, you guys got a great show. And, yeah, I'm just going to carry on listening, really.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nuffy, for following.
Cheers, dude.
Oh, yo, wait, Ken.
Yes.
And I was going to tell you, man, that Saddam Ali, man, he ain't shit, man. Fuck him. That boring ass fucking fight, man. That shit was horrible, dude. Horrible, man. That shit was trash. Abregu looked like shit, man. And if he let Saddam Ali's non-power ass knock him out, fucking Abregu needs to retire, man.
Yeah, the first 5 rounds were terrible, man. After that, though, King Joe, I thought the fight picked up a bit. I think Ali was letting his hands go a bit.
I don't know, man. Fuck him. He's a bootleg Amir Khan.
It's funny you said that. At the time, I said that his trainer looked like a bootleg Virgil Hunter.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, the way he was kind of giving him tactical advice really reminded me of Virgil. Like, we're winning one round at a time. We're winning 1 round at a time. The thing is, though, I watched the HBO feed in bits of it, and I watched a bit of the Box Nation, and on Box Nation we got more of the corner. With the HBO, you went back to the changing rooms and saw Kovalev trying to compact his gloves on the floor, and then you saw B-Hop doing pad work. The Box Nation stream and the HBO stream were quite different.
Wait, did you guys see that on the Box Nation stream or no? When he was packed in his gloves on the floor?
No, they didn't show that on the Box Nation stream.
Oh, over here, yeah, we seen that shit.
But it's interesting that because a lot of boxers do punch the walls. I saw Joshua doing that, punching the walls in his last fight at the O2 Arena. So yeah, maybe that's something that's going to get banned from now on.
Well, apparently they say it kind of does something to the padding in your gloves, but
compresses it a bit more.
Maybe they're just having a moment.
Hey, did you guys see in the fucking 9th round, in the 8th round, going into the 9th in the fucking corner, when B-Hop's trainer, I forgot his fucking name, tells him, he's got nothing, man. He's got nothing. He's all power. And fucking B-Hop looks at him, fucking stares at him like, motherfucker, are you for real?
Nassim Richardson.
Yeah, it was actually bad because Nassim's voice actually went because he was shouting at B-Hop to do some basic things and he wasn't doing it, and like, I think it was the later rounds he wasn't even saying anything, like his voice was gone, he couldn't even speak.
Oh man, hey, but he fucked him up bad, man. He fucked him up bad, and I kind of got, I didn't got mad, but I was like, in the beginning, at the end of the fight, dude, nobody was giving fucking Kova credit, man. Like, it was all, oh, B-Hop, he survived 12 rounds from the Krusher and all that bullshit, man. He fucking literally almost fucking paralyzed them in the 12th round.
And what was the crowd cheering for B-Hop, man, while he's getting beat up? I didn't get that, man.
Hey, look, and to be honest, man, the ref didn't just stop that fight just because he didn't fucking want to, man, because he should have stopped that fight. Kovalev beat the fuck out of him for like 20 seconds straight. He didn't throw one punch.
No, Jay, if the ref had stopped that fight, I think there would have been a riot with that crowd, man.
No, yeah, I understand, but I'm saying if it would have been any other fighter, they would have stopped that shit.
Yeah.
But then again, I was happy at the end that they did, because I was like, fuck, I wouldn't want to see B-Hop go out that way.
What bothered me was, like you mentioned, Roy Jones and Max Kellerman, everybody giving B-Hop all this credit, and finally Lampley was like, yo, Kovalev just won every minute. Relax, guys. Let's give Kovalev some credit. Like, you know what I mean?
Thank God you brought that shit up, Kev. Man, in every round that he was fucking getting his ass whooped, Max would be like, whoa, what a right hand from Kova. And then fucking this idiot would be like, oh, see, that's what he wants him to do, Jim. He's letting that right hand come in because he's going to get him with the left right now. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
Yo, guys, can I just jump in and ask a question? On Twitter after the fight, because obviously I was watching the Box Nation stream, there was a lot of controversy saying that Roy Jones said something about, like, coon or something. Like, did he mispronounce a word or did he actually use that word?
he said something like
No,
that,
he
right?
did. Yeah, he said
I
something.
thought it was like
I remember
some kind of
it was in the
phrase.
beginning, no, Len?
Yeah, I heard that too. I thought my ears just misheard, but I don't know. Do you have more context, Cam?
Someone
In
put a
terms
little
of,
clip.
like, the
Someone
full
put a little
sentence he said?
clip on Twitter saying something like Bernard Hopkins is an old slick coon or something like that. But I don't know if he was saying something else in the place of coon and he mispronounced it or didn't say it properly. I wasn't sure.
Right. It has to be the Pensacola accent that fucked it up, right?
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't think he would dare say anything like that to B-Hop, right?
Especially live on TV as well.
Exactly. I hear you.
No one thought Booker T would call Hulk Hogan the N-word either, so, shit happens.
But that's wrestling. That's wrestling.
You never seen that shit? That clip was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was funny, man.
I don't watch wrestling, man. What the fuck?
Hey, he said that shit, right? He called, nigga, and then he turned around and shit, and he just fucking put his head down.
Like he was embarrassed. Sorry,
Okay.
enough with the wrestling.
Hey, but did you guys touch up on Ishii Smith yet, or I missed it?
Nah.
You didn't hear about Ishii Smith being banned from this station?
Oh, man, you guys are some haters. You guys must have been mad when he, on that Showtime, right? When he was in that ring talking that shit. You see, Ishii Smith, he's about that life. He's not just a boxer, man.
But his ass didn't step in the ring, though, so he wasn't really
Hell no. Hell no, he didn't step inside that ring. He would have got his ass whooped by that 17-year-old that lost.
Guys, not much of a fight scheduled this week. I'll go to Kev. Klitschko versus Pulev. What's your thoughts?
Don't care.
Great analysis. Thanks.
Klitschko. Klitschko by every other decision. Only difference is, only thing is, does Ski Mask Joe's boy going to be in the stands? You get your hands wrapped, I get my hands wrapped. He's going to do the whole thing.
I heard he's going out there. I heard that Mr. Briggs is going to make his way to Germany.
Yeah, that's the only interest in the fight. I might catch a 5-minute YouTube if he actually shows up.
Do you think they'll let him in the venue, though?
If he's got a ticket,
he's allowed in, right?
Yeah, if he's got a ticket, yeah. King J, Klitschko, are you bothered?
I really don't give a fuck about that shit. But I do want to say that I'm getting tired of that fucking Briggs shit, man. This shit's getting out of control.
Me too. I was just going to ask you guys.
You know what's the worst part? That if Klitschko gives him a fight, he's probably gonna knock his ass the fuck out. So he's fucking making a big deal for nothing.
In 30 seconds, man.
Let's go, champ.
Are you guys really interested in that whole charade?
It was funny. It was funny for one video, and that's it. After that, either get a restraining order or just fucking do something, cause this shit ain't funny, bro.
It's like a
or like Briggs, beat somebody in the top 60 and then start talking about fighting. You're fighting fat guys in fucking arenas with 35 people in it. Relax. You went to a truck stop at a gas station and it was like, yo, whoever comes off and wants to fight me for $100. And that's who he's fighting.
I did enjoy the one where he was on the boat.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, you're right. That one and the one where he was in the restaurant. Those are only two good ones.
But
I think the only person that likes that one is Ski Mask. Likes everything that Briggs does, man.
That's his hero, man.
He's big on that fight.
Imagine Shannon Briggs being your hero.
That's... Wow, you need to see a therapist if your life ever gets to that situation. Exactly.
It's a wrap. It's when Ski Mask trying to do the sit-ups and he's about to quit, man. He just thinks of Briggs like,
let's go, champ.
To get to that second sit-up, right?
One more, champ.
Oh, come on, you can get that second sit-up. Number 2.
Yeah, but do you guys think if the Klitschkos are not having competitive fights, if their two brothers are actually sparring with each other, is that enough to kind of maintain the balance, so to speak?
I don't understand your question, Bruce. Maintain which balance?
like if both of them are not fighting, right? Like they're not fighting like worthy competitors, right? But if they're sparring each other, are they still kind of keeping each other sharp for their next opponents, whoever they get?
It's hard to say because obviously, I guess Vlad would only spar his brother if he was fighting someone big like Tyson Fury. Like I wouldn't see the sense of sparring him if he's fighting a small guy like Pulev. That's just my thoughts.
I agree.
But again, there's not much really decent boxing this weekend. I mentioned it earlier before most of you guys jumped on. We've got Gamboa coming back in Cancun, Oosthuizen versus Dennis Grachev in South Africa, light heavyweight. Matt Macklin in Dublin on the Sky card against Jorge Sebastian Highland. And then some small dudes that Kevin and MV2 are definitely not going to watch. Donny Nietes versus Carlos Villardo in the Philippines. And we mentioned Klitschko and Pulev already. So that's about it, guys. Go around and get your final thoughts, because don't want to have too much of a long show today, seeing as though we had 2 shows last week. Mao, you've not spoke much. You got any things you want to say? Any final thoughts?
No, I'm kind of interested in the Haaland fight just because I seen the guy fighting here, and I think that it's going to be at least a fun fight. You know, Macklin hasn't shown a lot of lately, and I don't know, I just feel interested in the fight, but other than that, I think that I'll skip boxing for this weekend.
And I wouldn't blame you, Mao. MV2, you got any final thoughts? I think MV2's gone away for a few minutes. Ari, any final thoughts?
Nah.
King J, any final thoughts?
No.
No final thoughts. Long live homosexuals, Triple G gangs, and the Krusher, baby.
Long live, long live. Roos, final thoughts?
R.I.P. B-Hop, and get well soon, Fred. What's his name? Fred what?
Fred Cussy.
Fred Cussy, man.
Dave,
I thought you were going to say Freddie Gibbs.
Ari was saying that you got shot or something in New York.
Yeah. No, Roos said that.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Wow. Don't get that mistaken again, Cam.
Yo, it's getting angry, man. Like, Roos said
Get that shit right.
Freddie Gibbs didn't get touched, man. He's better than that.
Dave,
He's better than that.
Dave the Sinister, any final thoughts?
Just Cotto has to die, man. Cotto has to die.
Are you still in the jungle?
That's it. Yeah, I'm still in the jungle. I'm still here.
Dan, you got any final thoughts? Great to have you on all show, Dan.
Just long live Canelo, Cam. That's all.
Long live Canelo. And KH,
yes, sir.
My brother from Long Island, any final thoughts?
I just hope B-Hop retires. He said he wasn't going to, but somebody's got to get in his ear and make him retire. I don't want to see another 16 punch-around fight where he loses every minute of every round. Sure. That's pretty much it.
That's fair. That's fair. Let me quickly give a shout-out to the chat. Hitting on the break, JP Supermerc, Soul of B-Hop, Nothing for Something, Ari Gold, Joe Said It's True, Kid Galabum, London Box, BRD Hay, Nick G, Diehard Casual Fan, TBE Chef, Hamada UK, Henry Lyles, Jas, Adam Lane, MV2, Mount Alpha, Z334, Nuffy 1989, Jack Captain, Nesmatic, Jack Willard, and a couple of guests. Just 2 seconds, let me go over the Predictions League. I did pretty terrible this week. Some people surpassed me. I'm just clicking on it now. Mao Alpha still in first position with 398 points. Hashtag ban Mao Alpha. Ari Gold second position, 396. Mao, Ari's on your case, 2 points behind you.
Yes, he is, yes. He got that Kovalev result, man. I was trusting in Hopkins, but he let me down.
Yep. Minor Bongo was in third position, 366 points. Shout out to Minor Bongo. I talked to him on Twitter quite a lot. Good guy. Mashi, another good guy that I talked to on Twitter. He's in fourth, 364 points. I'm in 5th, 352. Jose behind me, Monocle 78 behind him. James Bennett, Googles, and Birdie make up the top 10. Thank you for everyone that listened. We'll be back next week talking about some shit boxing. Peace.
You just listened to the Boxing Coalition.
Oh, dude, man, I love boxing. I fucking love boxing.
A big shout out to the Boxing Coalition.
Kimo got this Boxing Coalition shit going on.
Who the fuck is Ringside Rob?
I'm Ringside Robert, guys.
If you're a casual fan, go fuck yourself, man.
Daniel, don't take the backseat of the car while you're driving them. That could be dangerous.
First time I hear the show, man, it was fucking badass.
Vamos a Argentina, la concha de su madre.
I see the bomb in them.
You can't come at the Lebanese prince.
Hey, I'm the Arab prince, motherfucker, so I can talk whatever I want, yeah?
I'm never surprised with anything Bob Arum says. I just hope he dies, son.
Do you want to be entertained or you want to see the best fight?
Both.
Yeah,
oh, shit, you just want it all, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's what casual fans want.
Fuck you, man.
You used all your bandwidth this month on the Boxing Coalition. That's what that was.
Hey, come on, man. Don't be jealous, man.
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous. Fuck that shit. I'm jealous.
How about you tell us what you weigh for your final thoughts?
My weight?
Thank you for listening to the Boxing Coalition. We are live every Monday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. UK time, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern.